to your bitch like I was Drake, yeah.
Don't just try to tell me you love me. Can't keep it real if you really don't trust me. Come with a real, you here been the front, so you get my meals. I'm gunning for the money in the bank. Come with a dank, scrolling that tank, rolling with the gang. You sit and I on the sideline tripping. I go to the hole with the rock like Pippin.
Yeah. I'm okay.
What up, though? Welcome to Whatever Waits Live on WoodwardSports.com. I'm Eazy, joined by Spimo Rex,
Hello.
Chris, Nicholas, Karloff, Schmidt, Light Button, Platty Pods. Chris, we do the poll.
It already is up.
You already got it up? I'm going to tell you guys right now, vote Red Wings. Because we have Max Bultman join us at 5:30.
Max
for a little
Bultman,
bit of a
talking
therapy
Pistons.
sesh. For myself, for sure. I can't speak for everybody, but I can only imagine you guys were enraged watching last night's game a little bit there.
Yeah, they lost 3 in a row. They were getting bullied. We talked about it on BDE. I understand a lot of the people being upset with the Edvinson high stick. Like, that's a blatant high stick. A little bit of embellishment on Edvinson, but still a blatant high stick. And it directly led to the game-winning goal. So that one I understand being upset with. But the Larkin one last night, and the little elbow, if you want to call it, to Raymond at the end of the game, that wasn't a dirty hit. That was just him following through. That shit's going to happen if you let it happen. Yeah. If you let them bully you, which you have been, they're going to bully you. Every team in the NHL is going to do this. So instead of complaining about, the refs aren't calling this, or they need to call that, or they need to do this, go out there and hit somebody in the fucking mouth. Go out there and cross-check somebody across the back. Go out there and chicken wing somebody on the other team. Because they're going to keep doing it to you if you prove that you're just going to allow it to happen. And I understand Moose and Kopp not being in the lineup definitely knocks you down a peg in terms of defense and physicality, but you can't just keep letting stuff like that happen, or it's going to keep happening. Especially, God forbid, you get into the playoffs and you see the Panthers in the first round. You think they're just going to be okay? Like, nah, we'll let you go. We're not going to do it. They will kill you if this is how you react to physical play. And is it dirty? Yeah, some of them are cheap shots. Where it was the high stick intentional to Larkin across the middle? Maybe, maybe not. I didn't think the Raymond elbow was dirty at all. I thought that was just a hockey play. But if you keep crying, you keep bitching. I know the Red Wings aren't, but I'm just saying fan-wise, the Red Wings team needs to sack up, and they need to kill somebody in the middle of the ice. I need to see Sherratt or Edvinson or Sider
the guy.
Lay somebody the fuck out.
They don't have the guy, and that's what's pissing me the fuck off, man. These past 3 games, that's literally what it's been, them getting their asses kicked. And then for it to be Larkin, for it to be Raymond, like your stars, the guy's supposed to be scoring goals for you, the guy's supposed to be like the face of the franchise a little bit. That pisses me the fuck off. Yeah. Larkin shouldn't be so easily bullied. There should be some type of retaliation. I see it for every other team. Growing up, it was like that. And I don't even watch hockey regularly. Hit the Raymond last night. When you're in pursuit of a playoff destination, like if you're trying to make the wild card and that kid gets hurt, you're fucked. Yep. You can't allow that shit to happen. It's pissing me off. And I don't know if it's just the style of hockey. It's maybe more of a question for you and Nick. Like, have we moved the times no longer like that? Or are we soft?
I mean, it's a little bit of both. Obviously, hockey is not as physical and not as blood for blood as it used to be in the 90s and even in the 2000s, early 2000s.
But are
it
other
was
captains
like that.
getting just shoved in the face?
No, they're not. It's also them being soft and them not standing up for themselves. And that is part of it. Sherratt was supposed to be that guy. Sherratt needs to be that guy. Sider needs to be. It's past the point of they don't have a guy to do it. They need to respect themselves as a team, and all of them do it. Yeah, so, like, Babcock said it when the Swedes were too soft with the Red Wings back then. When the Ducks were beating their ass. Toughness is a choice. You either choose to be tough or you choose not to be tough. There's nothing that Babcock could have done about it. There's nothing that Todd McClellan can do about it. It is about the players on the ice going out there and, like I said, hitting somebody back. Punching somebody else in the mouth. If they do that to your captain, if they're cheap shotting your captain, I want Simon Edvinson to throw a bow to a captain's head. That's what you got to fucking do. You say, if you do that to my captain, I'm going to knock your captain on his fucking ass. And then you're going to have to fight for it, but then you stand your ground and you fight. Like, you have to do it at this point, or teams are going to keep beating your ass in the neutral zone. They're going to keep elbowing your best players in the face. You show them that you'll do it too. And it's not, they don't have a guy, they don't have a Rempe, they don't have a Reeves, they don't have any of those. I don't care anymore. It's not the guy, it is the team. You don't need a guy.
Well,
you need the team to step up and say, fuck you, you're not doing that to us, we're going to hit you back.
That's not the type of player you're just going to import via trade or free agency. Like, we also need a center. We also need some defensemen. I'm looking at the prospects. Maybe outside of ASP is the only guy I can see kind of defending themselves on the ice in that similar situation.
Yeah, Nygaard is a guy that when he gets here, he will be able to do that. Casper is going to be a guy that needs to evolve his game some more and be a part of that because he is a bigger guy. Edvinsson, Soderblom, Rasmussen, Seider. It's not like we're lacking big bodies. These guys just need to sit down and say, we're not going to let that I'm looking at Mo Seider. I am looking at Mo Seider because he is not afraid of physical play. He is not afraid of hitting. I need Mo Seider to go into the next game, and if somebody does something, you light the fuck up in center ice. And I'm not saying go out there and fight them, but if somebody throws the ball, somebody does something stupid, you level somebody in the neutral zone. That's what I'm looking for. You need to show them that, okay, if you hit our guys, we're going to hit you back. Or they're going to keep fucking doing it.
I don't know, man. It's got me fired up. It's very annoying to watch. Nick, I can't even troll you right now. I want to troll you and blame you for being there, but I just watch them. They're just fucking soft.
Nick made the Red Wings soft.
You guys, yeah, fuck you. No, I'm just, all right.
That cheered me up.
I'm pissed off. I mean, there's no other way around it. This is how I feel.
Oh, no! We suck again!
We suck again! Every single trade deadline. This is what happens to this team. And I just saw a stat literally like an hour before the show. Chris, if you could put this up, this goes right into what you guys are talking about being soft. And the key is Michael Rasmussen not being in the lineup. This stat, via StatMuse, we are basically at a point per game with Rasmussen in the lineup. And without him, we get it's 0.71 points per game.
Yeah.
71%.
That's a big body guy.
And that was throughout when we were a bad team as well. Like, obviously, Puck! You don't have Kopp out there. You don't got Rasmussen to throw the body. Larkin, you don't want him throwing the body. I thought that was a great point by you, Eazy. This team that Stevie Y has built and the free agents he has acquired have not stepped up. This is another March where we go into the trade deadline where we are floundering right now. This is gross. I am not proud to be a Detroit Red Wing fan right now to see this happening for the third straight season. Last year, 7-game losing streak. Larkin out. It sucked, but there was an excuse. Larkin out.
Exactly.
That was your captain. Now it's two role players that are pivotal, clearly, but somebody has to step up. And that's somebody that's not stepping up, Lucas Raymond.
Wow.
Right now, he's not. He needs to be a superstar that I thought he was turning into since he played for Team Sweden. Him and Larkin have combined for 0 points during this 3-game skid and are combined -7. Those are your two best players. It's not good enough.
I'm with you, man. And again, you need a center right now. Maybe a few defensemen. You can't just import a tough guy just to be tough. I think Spring's on the button. These guys gotta start fucking sticking up for themselves.
Yeah, I
think Larkin, especially after just being around the Chucks.
I'm not calling out Lucas Raymond or Dylan Larkin for having these three. It's more defensively, and it's more, like I said, you're getting bullied. That's what I'm mad about. Points come and go. It is what it is. You can go on a skid and not be a terrible player. It's only 3 games. I'm not buying into that. What I am buying into is they're getting bullied. That is different. If you're not hitting the back of the net, if you're getting 40 shots on goal, you're out shooting a team, almost doubling a team in shots and losing a game, I'm not putting that on your offense or your forwards. I'm putting that on your defense and your toughness. And that's what it is. They need to be tougher. They need to get into the zone more. They do. They need to play the neutral ice more efficiently, and they haven't been. They've been getting bullied, and that's what it is.
I think it's affected those two specifically mentally and physically on the ice when they're getting bodied and then mentally not having their two guys.
Yeah.
That's why I'm not putting it on them.
I believe that's why they are not being as successful right now, and I think them not having those 9 days rest is hurting, clearly.
Yeah, and again, that's why I'm not putting it on Lucas Raymond or Dylan Larkin.
Real quick,
they are your
if
best
you guys are
players.
having audio issues, refresh the feed.
Yeah.
If you guys get audio issues.
Yeah. Those are your best players. So I'm not putting it on them. I'm putting it on, like you said, losing Kopp and Rasmussen has done a lot more to this team than people expected. They are probably your two best two-way forwards. And you don't have a lot of other two-way forwards on this team outside of Dylan Larkin. So
And Rasmussen's got a little bit. Remember the dunk from last year?
Oh, yeah,
He's
no.
just standing over my
Yeah,
guy?
Rasmussen is extremely important. And like I said, Kopp is probably your best face-off guy, and those are your two best penalty-killing forwards. So, yeah, it hurts to lose those two guys for
home
sure. But you need to sack up. They need to get tougher, and I'm putting that on the back end. I'm not putting that on Dylan Larkin and Lucas Raymond because I don't expect those guys to.
Some of the guys that can afford taking off the
Yeah,
ice.
I'm not expecting those guys to start cross-checking people. I'm
Well,
not
yeah,
expecting
cross-check, but,
those
like,
guys
fucking defend yourself
to
a little bit,
retaliate. You need the other guys on the team. You need your big defensemen, your big physical guys to step up and be big physical guys that frees your skill wingers up to go out there and score goals.
Without a clearly deep team, which this team's clearly not with Kopp and Rasmussen, these two guys specifically, that's why I pointed at them, they can't afford to take 3 nights off, which they've had 3 bad nights.
Yeah.
And they've lost all 3 games, 2 of them being the team you are right next to in the standings. The Hurricane game, whatever. They are a very good team. But the 2 before that, that's the shit that
I'm just
pisses
not
me
putting
off.
those losses on Larkin and
I'm not
Raymond.
saying-
There is so much
saying
worse
they-
going on
I
with this
think
team
he
than
is.
Larkin
That's
and
not what
Raymond.
that's not what I'm saying.
But you saying they can't afford to have
They
bad
can't.
games?
Your
Those losses
team's
aren't
not-
on them.
your
Those
team's
losses
not
aren't a part
talented.
of them having bad games. They're
Yes,
getting
agreed.
fucking bullied by everybody. The defense can't
But
get the puck out of the fucking
I think
zone.
he's not putting it all on them.
I'm not.
He
He's just
literally
saying-
just
he's just
said
saying
they need to
they
ball
can't
out.
afford to do it. It's their fault. I blame them.
He's
No,
not saying that. He's not saying
I'm
those
just,
things.
That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying those guys they cannot afford to have these bad nights. Yes, their other guys need to step up for them when it comes to hitting and having their back when they get drilled into the boards time after time again. But I'm saying this team's not talented enough to have your stars not play like stars. And that is what's happening.
What more do you want them to do?
I could say
I
Raymond's
don't know.
not been the same.
He's getting cross-checked and clotheslined in the middle of the ice all night. What is he supposed to do?
Step
Yeah,
up.
you'd like to see him, but
It
they're
goes hand
shooting
in
the
hand.
puck. They're getting in there. They're making things happen. You can't expect Raymond to battle for the puck on the boards to get you more possessions and break up stuff on the defensive side of the ice and then go over there and score goals while he's getting his ass kicked the whole
Why the
game.
hell not?
Because he's not Connor McDavid. He's not Sidney Crosby. He's trending in that direction to being a superstar, but he's not this two-way dominating forward. You need this team to play as a team. You need everybody to step up. And when the back end is compromised, when you can't get the puck out of the zone, when you're being out-physicaled, it makes it a lot harder for your finesse scoring guys to get finesse scoring opportunities. Because when you shoot it once, then the other team gets the puck and nobody's there to battle for it. It's basically a turnover. And then you're in your defensive zone for an extra 40 seconds because nobody can stop them from doing whatever they want.
The other thing that sucks too is that, like, in some form or fashion, these last 3 games were like a measurement stick too. Obviously, the Blue Jackets in the wild card with you, Hurricanes in the playoffs, and we clearly don't belong. And it hurts me just because the deadline's tomorrow.
Yeah.
And you want Stevie to make a move, but if he doesn't see them being a contending team or worth investing in for the 3rd year in a row now, 2nd year in a row, I'll say, we're not going to see that move.
Yeah.
And that's why it sucks too.
It does. And this team is not, they were never a title contender. Or they were never a cup contender. They were a borderline playoff team. Steve Eisman didn't expect them to make the playoffs this year. Sean Belizean, the guy who watches more hockey than anybody in the world,
He said at the beginning of the season
did not expect them to make
Yep,
the
I
playoffs this
remember.
year. Getting off to the start they did definitely didn't help. But the run they went on with McClellan gave people the feeling and the magic, and they put themselves in position to do that.
Tampa.
But in the NHL, things meet their level. Like they balance. They just like the Red Wings last year. When they went on that run where they won like 21 of 27 games and then ended up losing 5 in a row to end the game. Well, did you really think they were a team that is a 21-5 team? Like, no, things balance out for a reason. And right now, when you don't have a team as deep as a playoff team and you lose your two most impactful defensive forwards, it's going to hurt. You're going to get bullied. It's what's going to happen. And you need to fix that, sure, but this team is not in position to be this, team that you can't expect them to suffer losses like that and still perform to the way they were performing, because they were already outperforming the talent and team that they had. And when you take pieces away from that, not only does that kill the momentum, but it kills the depth and everybody playing like a team. Then you're bringing up more guys from Grand Rapids to try to join this, and the rotations are getting thinner and thinner, and you're asking your stars to do way too much, and they're wearing down. It's what happens when an overperforming team loses pieces. It's not just like you go to 500, you bottom out. And that's what we've seen in the past 3 games.
Well, I think some of the performance dipping out has been the goaltending for sure.
For sure.
And then speaking of calling
and that's
guys
also
up,
on defense.
Detroit Red Wings call up Carter Mazur.
Yeah.
About time. And then that's the other thing. I wanted them to call guys like this up. Guys with potential. Guys that are going to be part of your young core moving forward. Instead of like some of these journeymen. Let them cut their teeth a little bit. Because I think next year, maybe you do take that step. I was hoping it'd be this year, but we're well past the break. Speaking of Detroit Red Wings, we will have the name, the go-to guy.
The GOAT.
In my opinion, when it comes to Detroit Red Wings news and sources, all stuff like that. Max Bultman of The Athletic will be joining the show at 5:30. If you guys aren't big hockey fans, 5:42, we're dipping into Detroit Lions football, free agency, and a lot more, too. A lot's going around the NFL today, too.
Tigers are cracking the Phillies right now.
Yeah, absolutely. Fucking 4-17. We'll get it all in. But first and foremost, let me tell you guys about Mark White. Because if you are floating out there, you're a defenseman or center, and Detroit Red Wings trade for you, you might want to buy a home here in Michigan. The best guy to go to is my guy, Mark White. Give him a call today at 248-8242 or visit markwhitesells.com. That's 248-290-8242. Visit markwhitesells.com.
No one gives away more cash and prizes than Woodward Sports. You don't believe us? Here's our latest $10,000 winner.
You guys posted, hey, if you guess all this stuff right, we'll give it's $10,000. I'm like, okay, well, why the hell not?
And the winning doesn't stop there. How about our Outkick Your Coverage winner?
How do you think you won? This guy's got a hot girl.
Bigger prizes, bigger giveaways, cash, merch, tickets, and more. All from the biggest sports network in Detroit. No one does it bigger and better than Woodward Sports. Make sure you're following, liking, subscribing on Instagram, Facebook, X, and YouTube for your chances to share in the winning. From Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports.
How do people feel about getting a Planet Fitness membership for $15 a month? How do they like working out in a clean and spacious gym that's filled with equipment for every workout? And how about free fitness training in the judgment-free zone that leaves them feeling energized all day long? Join Planet Fitness today with the free PF app, online or in club, and start getting that big fitness energy for $15 a month.
We don't like to brag that we are the toughest sports network in Detroit, but we do have a guy named Darren McCarty on our side. Woodward Sports.
Attention sports fans, don't miss out on expert sports injury insights with Dr. Jeff Pierce of Michigan Sports and Spine. Every Tuesday on Big D Energy and every Thursday on Ermanni and Edwards with Maz. Dr. Jeff Pierce here to keep you in the game and performing at your best. He's the guy that DMAC trusted, but you can trust him too if you're just an average Joe. He doesn't just work with the stars. Call him at 248-426-9944. Visit him at michigansportsandspine.com.
The Tigers being over the Red Wings in that poll, to me, disgusting. The Red Wings just played last night, somewhat in the wild card race. Lucky enough, everybody else lost too.
They're still in wild card position.
Everybody else lost.
Yeah, and that's
Blue Jackets lost.
That's why I'm not freaking out that people
we all just got them freaking out.
Need to do more. No, I'm freaking out about their physicality. I'm not like they're still in the wild card spot. Yeah. Does it suck to lose those games? Yeah, but it's not like they just dropped to last in the division. Yeah. They're still a borderline wild card team. That's what they have been all year. That's what they've been projected to be all year. And like I said, you go on a streak where you win 7 in a row, you're a borderline wild card team. It's going to balance out eventually.
Is it the guy who killed a dragon last night? Says Buddha in the Wood Sports Chat.
Killed multiple dragons last night. Join tonight.
Exactly. There you go.
Tonight, Spemo Racks on Twitch. I'm going to be doing the hardest hunt I've done so far. 2 tempered giant stone monkeys. I can't remember what they're called. But fighting 2 of them at the same time. Me, Schwitz, Dom, Max. We're all going to be doing it together. It's going to be a lot of fun. Twitch.tv/SpemmoRax. Give me a follow. I'll be going live around 10 o'clock, 10:30 tonight.
I'm just not motivated to talk Tigers. I mean, obviously this game we'll talk about at some point. But since we lost
they
Parker
went
Meadows.
back to back home runs. Who's Parker Meadows? We got Jahmai Jones.
I'm about to say, who is this guy?
No, Jahmai Jones, I mean, he is a guy that's been in the minors forever.
The next Akil
He was
Baddoo.
drafted in, what? The next Akil Baddoo? Akil Baddoo, what are you doing in my car? He was drafted.
Get out of the car.
He's drafted in 2015 in the second round. He's been in the minors for a while. He's gotten a couple cracks at the big leagues. Last year, he was with the Yankees. He had some actual major league stats. In 42 at-bats, he had a slash line of 238, 304, and 685. Not great, but it's fine. He had 16 strikeouts. You don't like that. 4 RBIs and a home run. In AAA in 2023, that's where he really had his best year. That's why he got called up. In the beginning of AAA in 2024, he was over 900 OPS. But in 2023, in 354 bats, his biggest sample size, he had a slash line of 268, 413, and 879. 12 stolen bases, 12 home runs. You like to see that. And 83 walks. He's got over 1,000 OPS in spring so far. He's already hit 2 home runs, only 17 at bats. I'm not saying this guy is going to be the star or superstar, but it's promising to see this out of a center fielder after your guy goes down. Obviously, I had huge expectations for Parker Meadows
that guy
this year.
was my Tiger guy,
Yeah,
damn it.
a lot of expectations for Parker Meadows this year. Again, hopefully his injury isn't as debilitating, keeping him out. But Jahmai Jones has showed new things in spring, and if spring training ended today, he would probably be your starting center fielder game 1. So that's good at least. Like I said, so far in spring, 17 at-bats. He's got a slash line of 294, 429, and 1194. So over 1,000 OPS, and that's really good. That's amazing. Obviously, I don't think he's going to be an over 1,000 OPS guy in MLB. That's an MVP candidate, but he's shown he can hit the ball. Got a little pop. Hit a home run today. Grand slam, no doubter. Bounced off the scoreboard. Damn. Yeah, you like that. At least that kind of, damn, ball's flying out of the ballpark tonight. Another home run.
That's a wee park.
Yeah. That's like Gleyber Torres' home run. That wouldn't even got to the warning track in Comerica Park. Who else hit? Ibanez's home run would have been on the warning track in Comerica Park, but Jahmai Jones hit a fucking nuke. He crushed that thing. That was a no doubt home run any ballpark in America. So you like to see that. Like I said, it's not like I'm saying this kid's going to be AL Rookie of the Year, and it still sucks to lose Parker Meadows, but I think seeing this, at least you have a guy that could start the season at center fielder if you need him to.
Nicholas?
This is per Evan Petzel today. He had a conversation with AJ Hinch prior to. He said, with the injuries, I told him his best chance is to impact this roster is going to center around his outfield play. When it comes to playing center field, Jahmai Jones played center field for 1 game in 2021 at AAA. Before then, his last time in center was 7 games in 2019 in AA. So they gave him the run today they got the start in center field. That is going to be his best chance. And like Spencer said, the expectations can't be too high for this guy.
No.
But he does hit lefties a lot better than he hits righties. That could be a thing where he starts in center field on days where you go against a lefty and could be a key guy to maybe play in right field on days that Kerry Carpenter is in the lineup or not in the lineup going up against a lefty. If he can continue to hit lefties, I think that's where he could actually come in to produce for this team.
Is that coach talk, or do you take the offense where you can get it? Because we saw what happened last year.
You take the offense where you can get it, and that's
where
what
I'm at.
that's
Fuck
what
the
AJ
field.
Hinch does. No, you still
Well, yeah, but you hit the ball.
he's talking about him being a
Center fielder.
everyday guy. I mean, unless Parker Meadows is healthy, if he could play center field like that, he's on the short list of guys that you would give the start at center field to.
Happy birthday, Anakin.
Happy birthday, Anakin.
Sorry.
Yeah, so we'll see. But
This is
like Nick
51st.
said, this is a good sign. I mean, it's better than him hitting, having a 500 OPS. Like you like to see guys hit, and he's hitting over it. He's been the best hitter on the Tigers in spring.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, I mean, for the defense, I guess I don't want to say it's expected, but the pitching we have too, it's going to help as well. But for me, the offense is where we're lacking. But obviously, don't be a dumbass out there as well. I'm just so butthurt about the Parker Meadows stuff, man. I can't really jump into it. And spring ball. You guys tell me every time, don't get excited about spring ball.
For sure.
Don't read too much into spring ball. That's what this is. 17 on the board? Come on.
I'm with you about Parker. I'm devastated.
No, yeah,
to be
that
honest.
sucks.
Yeah.
That sucks for sure. But like I said, it's better to see guys hitting than not hitting.
That's very true.
And what did somebody said something about Javi being back?
Yeah, I think it was 1 for 2 with a walk.
He had a hit and a walk. Okay.
Spring ball.
900 OPS in spring for Javi.
Back after today, yeah.
I'm just saying.
You guys remember where we were like 10 days ago? We were feeling pretty good. Tigers coming back here soon. We got the Red Wings on a run. We couldn't wait to watch them play. Like, I woke up today feeling
Michigan
kind
didn't
of
suck.
sad.
Yeah.
They
2 Sundays
lost
ago.
one game.
Well, no, yeah, you're right, though. 2 weeks ago.
Michigan
that
is Michigan
Sunday,
the best team in the Big Ten.
Pistons won. Michigan State beat Michigan that Friday going in. And then we had Monster Jam.
Yeah, and Tigers
Red
were
Wings won
starting.
too. Yeah.
Parker
It was all
wasn't
sunshine and
all sunshine and rainbows.
it's all sunshine and rainbows.
We're falling apart already.
Yep.
We still got the Stones though.
It's on us. It's our fault for just.
Yeah, we got way too high. We're all. It's
been a while.
We still got the Stones. We still got the Stones.
We're going to break. When we get back, we'll be joined by Max Bultman of The Athletic to break down some of the Detroit Red Wings news ahead of trade deadline tomorrow. But before we do that, tell us about that merch.
Let me tell you about that merch. Head on over to woodwardsports.com. Click that shop tab. All use and get some brand new merch. They got hoodies, tees, hats, all that guaranteed to turn heads. So head on over to woodwardsports.com.
Chicken,
Click
turkey.
that shop tab today and get some brand new merch.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids, all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer, is kicking off the game with the best prices on all cars, trucks, and SUVs, like this 2024 Silverado for just $296 a month, or this 2025 Equinox for as low as $371 a month. Our locations in Novi, Highland, New Hudson, Livonia, and Lansing means we have the perfect Chevy right in your backyard. Get the home team advantage every day at Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer.
Is that an octopus in your pants, or are you just happy to see me? See what I did there? Go Red Wings! From Octopi Experts Woodward Sports.
Feldman Chevrolet of Novi, Detroit's #1 Chevrolet dealer and the Chevrolet Dealer of the Year for 6 consecutive years. Get a 2025 Chevy Silverado for just $213 a month, and you can also get a 2025 Chevy Equinox for only $286 a month. Come see George Hawes and his team at Feldman Chevrolet of Novi.
And now, without further ado, I am honored. We are honored to be joined by the co-host of the Athletic Hockey Show and also Red Wings beat writer Max Bultman. What up, man?
What's up, fellas? How we doing?
Doing good, man. Sorry we caught you on a sick day, but the deadline's tomorrow. We got to get the scoop if there is one. Can the Red Wings look forward to?
Yeah, deadline's Friday.
Deadline's Friday?
Yeah.
Okay, I thought it was tomorrow. I apologize. Any news? I know Carter Magic got called up today. What's going on?
Yeah, that's the news of today is calling up Mazer, and he's an exciting prospect that I'm sure you guys have been following closely as anyone the last couple of years. Won a national championship at Denver. Gritty forward. I think that's a nice addition that they'll make to their lineup. Yep. He's been hot lately. 10 points in his last 9 games for the Griffins, and obviously we'll see what else they got cooking here. They get the 4th round pick as part of that Tampa and Seattle deal this afternoon. That gives Steve Yzerman a little bit of extra ammunition. I think if they're going to do something, the thing that makes the most sense is on defense, maybe a little upgrade, whether it's to the depth or if they want to try to go a little bigger. My guess is just defensive depth is probably the most logical thing. I think the system has a little more forward reinforcements. I know your guy, Eazy Soderblom's come up and been a nice player for them. So there's a little more depth in the system up front, and that's why I think the blue line makes the most sense for them over the next, 46 hours now.
And there was like rumblings before even Cop went down about Dylan Cousins potentially in Buffalo, and they talk. I saw it in different places that maybe he's a guy that the Red Wings are going to look at. Is there anything still there? Because I feel like Buffalo's got to blow it up, and I don't expect them to go after Tage Thompson or Owen Power or anybody but like that. But if you could get Cousins, he's signed to a long-term deal. He's at $7 million a year. I don't know if that's something they'd be looking at.
I think that they would like him, but I think that what the cost would be and what Buffalo's going to want back is going to make it too hard of a fit. They're a team that also, this year they're not making the playoffs, but I don't think they want to keep their droughts at, it's going to be 14 years, I believe, this year. I don't think it's a situation where Detroit can trade them futures, and then you look at what can Detroit give them off their current roster, and it just starts to be hard to make those puzzle pieces fit, right? And so I think Cousins, the player, yes, like him, like the potential, he fits their type, all that stuff. But to me, it's the contract, a little bit risky, and more so the fit with the team and how do you make a trade work with the Sabres being in the position they're in. I think it's just probably a little too complicated to actually come together.
Yeah, I saw today we got in on one. We took like 25% of someone's salary for like a fourth rounder. What are the details of that trade?
Yeah, so that's Yanni Gordon, Oliver Bjorkstrand going from the Kraken to the Tampa Bay Lightning. Big trade. Lightning give up 2 first-round picks. They're really pushing the chips in here. Wow. But in order to do it, the Red Wings eat a quarter of Gord's salary, half of what was remaining on it. It's pretty good value. It's like $300,000 of real cash, and they get a fourth-round pick, which the fourth-round pick's not amazing on its own, but for what that costs, I think it's good, and it gives them a little bit of ammo if they want to make a deal. Right now, you have an extra third and an extra fourth in this year's draft. Probably makes you a little more comfortable trading draft picks if they do want to try and get a rental, like we talked about earlier.
And I know we got the deadline on Friday, and that is a lot what we want to talk about. But what we've seen in these past 3 games, man, it's obviously the skid that they're on. Tough losses. You're
getting bullied.
You're getting bullied out there, flat out. And I know, like I said it. We opened the show. I got a little animated and heated about it, and we talked about I accept Red Wings fans not liking the Edvinsson high stick. That is blatant. It led directly to a game-winning goal. You want to complain about that? I'm fine. But the little stuff, like the elbow on Raymond yesterday, even the high stick on Larkin that should have been called, but stuff like that is they're going to do that to you unless you tell them that they can't do that to you anymore. And especially if you're hoping to get into the playoffs and see Florida maybe in the first round, like, what do you think? You think they're just going to let you go into the zone? Like, hey, right after you, sir. That's something that they need to fix, right? They just need to, and I understand losing Rasmussen and Kopp, who are 2 of your best two-way forwards, definitely hurts, but they need to step up. I need to see Mo Seider light somebody up in neutral zone.
It's been a problem for them for years. You think back to those 2 games in Ottawa 2-3 years ago now. I know people are probably so sick of going back to those games, but they were just the best example of this. And what you talked about, Spencer, I think is dead on. And one of the reasons I fell in love with hockey, I'm sure is the same for you. It's a sport where you handle your own business. Something like that happens. Yeah, you can wait for a call, but you're also within your rights to respond and handle that yourself and just make sure this isn't going to happen to my guys again. You can't even count the number of times over the last 3-4 years that teams have taken liberties with Dylan Larkin, with Lucas Raymond. Seider holds his own. Seider can absolutely protect himself, but what you don't want is a situation where you have to have Mo Seider being a cop running around doing all your policing for you, because he's one of your most important players. You can't risk him getting a penalty and going to the box for extended periods of time. That's a problem that they have. I think the enforcer is a thing of the past in the NHL, the true enforcer, the guy who only plays 6-7 minutes a night. He's just out there to strike fear and fight. But there's enough guys in the NHL now that have that edge to them, that can play tough and can still give you something. I absolutely think it's something the Red Wings need more out of. A guy I really liked was Trent Frederick, who just got traded from the Bruins to the Edmonton Oilers. I think he'd have been that kind of player. Mazur's not going to be quite that level, but he does have that grit to him. He's not going to take anything from anybody, so maybe there's a little bit something there. But I agree with you. It's an element of their game that I would like to see them make more part of their identity, is a team that self-polices just a little bit more.
And then our song guy Nick also has a question as well.
Yeah, Max. Sorry we have to talk to you on these terms when we bring you in. It felt like we were going in the direction of actually going after a big fish this year, but once again at the trade deadline, this team is in limbo and cannot find its way out of the middle. This team doesn't know what to do once again. What is the biggest reason why you've seen this team, for the third year straight, kind of getting a tough stretch right when it counts the most?
It's a great question. I don't have a great answer for you. There's some common themes, right? I think injuries have been a theme. You go back, Michael Rasmussen in particular has been injured at a couple of these big moments. I think he's a guy whose impact is underrated to the Red Wings. Obviously, last year it was the Dylan Larkin injury, but that's only a sliver of it, and it only ever is, because every team in the league does deal with some level of injuries. I don't know that they all have injuries at the level of the Larkin one last year, but it happens, right? And you have to be able to respond better to it than they have. I don't think every game in this current stretch has been, a calamity or anything. I think the one they played last Thursday against Columbus in Detroit, that was not the kind of effort that you need to be seeing from them at this time of year. I didn't particularly like what they showed last night either, but I didn't think that was lack of effort. It just, they got caught defending against a team that makes teams do that. I liked what they looked like in Columbus in the Stadium series. So if there was like one silver bullet thing that was like, this is the cause of all their problems, it would be easier for everybody because they would know this is what they have to address. I think the tougher reality is it's different things at different times, and it's just, the big picture problem is they're happening at the worst time of year. You can't be a playoff team if every March you get hit this hard, right? And you lose ground like this. It's early in March. They can still right that ship, but it's going to have to come against the league's toughest remaining schedule. A lot of it's on the road. It's a big test for them, and they're going uphill now at this point. That there's no way around that. But I don't think there's just one thing that you could say this is the reason it's happening. And I think they probably wish there were. It'd be a whole lot easier for them to fix if that was the case.
And outside of the obvious answers like Larkin or Raymond or Sider, who do you expect to step up, or who do you need to see to step up to go on a run like that, to go into someone's house like in Edmonton, or, I don't know if they got to play in Ottawa. Who do you expect to step up in those games and prove like we're actually a playoff team now? Like, we're not going to flounder here. We're going to stay in this playoff spot and continue winning.
Well, it does have to start with Larkin and Raymond. Those are two, probably their two most important players right there. Those two and Mo Sider. You haven't seen enough out of Larkin and Raymond in the last 3-4 games since they came back from the Four Nations. I thought they were really good that first game back, and ever since it's been a little off. And there's been some intimation in Larkin's media answers that maybe he's fighting through something, so that could explain part of it. But those are two guys that you count on for offense night in, night out. They've been held off the score sheet too much lately. You need more from them. That's first of all. I also think you want to see a little more out of JT Compher, especially elevated in his role now, moving up to the second line between DeBrincat and Kane. DeBrincat's been awesome lately, and so you hope that Compher can kind of get a little confidence going. I thought he was pretty good his first couple games in that role when Kopp went down, so you hope that can continue and you can get a little more production out of Compher. Certainly you want to see on defense a little more from probably everybody, right? I don't think any of their D pairs have been quite as good as where they were at before the break. Just, I don't know if that's a product of rhythm, if it's a product of teams kind of figuring out that Edvinsson-Johansson pair just a little bit more. But certainly I think you can get a little more out of everyone. And that's an area that I do think you could see them add in the next 2 days. But goaltending would be the other thing. And you can say it till you go blue in the face that, you need good goaltending to be a playoff team and to win in the playoffs. But it's true. And I think there's been too many goals lately that have gone in that you go, could they have had that one?
Oh, yeah.
And I think there was two of them last night in a game they lost by a goal. I don't think either of those goals last night was one that, you say the goalie had no chance on.
Yeah, the second one.
Definitely the second one.
I tried to throw my laptop.
Max, I had another question for you, and it's a big one, and it's hard to talk about in this town, but we haven't really seen Steve be willing to give up draft picks, or high-end draft picks besides the DeBrincat trade. Do you believe Steve overvalues his own draft picks and is maybe holding on to them a little too tight?
It's hard to say because you don't know what is on the table for him. I don't think you should be in a rush to get rid of draft picks, especially when they're coming. They've only picked outside the top 10 once under Yzerman. I certainly don't think he should be giving up top 10 picks, right? Mm-hmm. So, this year's pick, it's going to fall somewhere most likely between 13 and 20. In this draft, I think the cutoff is right around there, kind of in the mid to late teens of where you really want to make your first round pick versus you're okay to part with it. I think if you could guarantee that they were going to be in the playoffs, then you're less worried about giving up that pick. But if you're giving up a pick that's like 13, 14, 15, that could still be a decent player, a pretty good prospect that could play in the upper half of your lineup. And when you're not a playoff team, I don't think you can say no to those kind of players, right? So that's where it's tricky. I get what you're saying. You want to see teams push a little harder, and I think teams do usually get to that point when they're a playoff team. It's when you know your pick is going to be in the last third or so of the first round, you're pretty willing to move that pick because the expected value of it goes down a lot. When there's a chance it's 12, 13, 14, I actually do think it's the right call to hang on to those picks, and there is still that chance right now. It's different if there's a player with term. If you're telling me, I'll just give you an example here. There's two defensemen out east, Keandre Miller with the Rangers and Brandon Carlo with the Bruins. If you could get either one of those guys, yeah, I'd give the first-round pick this year for it because those are guys that are going to be around for a couple more years, and they're guys who I think are every bit as good as you would hope to get with that kind of pick. They're really good top four type defensemen. But unless you can get something like that, where it's going to be a player who's going to be around a while, it's a young player who's going to contribute, and it's a high level of play, then I think you just hold on to the pick. But if the right player is out there, that's the circumstance where you do it.
Yeah, and I think a lot of the fan base is we were spoiled, growing up and having the best American hockey team of all time, having
no cap space,
20, almost 30 years of consistent playoffs, that we don't know what an NHL rebuild looks like because none of us have gone through it in our lifetimes. And now having it to where, it's not the NBA, it's not the NFL, it's not going to take 2, even 3 years to rebuild something from the ground in the NHL. These prospects take 4+ years to mature. And speaking of prospects, the last time we had you on, Max, I made a claim that I said Axel Sandin Palinka, I called him Kale McCarrish. Have you had any time? I know that was a while ago. And
great job on the enunciation, by the way.
Thank you. I had to text Daniela and have her send me a voice memo of how to properly say his name because I didn't want to mess it up. But this guy, I truly think he's going to be possibly on the first pair next year with Seider. And I like it like that because I'd like to keep Edvinsson and Johansson together because I think they've been playing so well. Is the Makar still crazy? I know it is kind of, but I just love him.
He's the best. Makar's the best defenseman in the NHL, right? It's just that's such a high bar. The name I always throw out is Brandon Montour, who I think is a player who's super valuable on Florida's Cup team, right? And he's in that same mold. He's shorter, but he's thick and he competes hard and he's got a lot of offense. And that's what I see Axel Sandin Pellikka being. Is he's a guy who, you're probably not going to ask him to be a 25-minute-a-night guy, but he can easily be a 20+ minute-a-night guy running your first power play. You're maybe not giving him your very hardest defensive matchups, but he can play a lot of minutes for you and compete hard and all that. So that's how I see him. But he's having a really good year. I think it looks like he's going to be right on the bubble of whether he breaks the record for U20 defense scoring in the SHL. We'll see it as their season winds down here if he can make a real run at that record. But either way, he's in the top 3 or 4 all time with that right next to where Mo Seider was at the same age. So that's encouraging to see that production. It's just, Seider had also all this all-around defensive game to buoy him. So you want the offense with Sandin Pellikka to be the carrying trait. It looks like it should be. I see him as a really good second pair guy. I think he would be fantastic, frankly, next to Simon Edvinsson on the Detroit second pair. And that works with the lefty-righty, too. If you played him with Seider, you got 2 righties. It's a little bit tougher, although I don't doubt either one of those guys could play their offside. They both skate well enough and are that smart. But I think I see him long-term right next to Simon Edvinsson on Detroit's second pair. But we'll see. That's just what I think.
Max, you're the man. I appreciate you.
I just want an update on Bushlikov. I know he's I don't know if he already did it or he's on pace to break the record for most points in KHL under 22. This kid, is he going to be fast-tracked pretty soon? I know it's crazy.
I don't know.
All these forwards.
And it's a question that gets amplified by it being Russia, and there's all in addition to the contract questions, right? That's I think he's under contract for 1 more year there. That league can be so hard to get your mind around. If you go look, you can sort, and you're right. He's right up there with the best U22 production seasons that they've had in the KHL. But then you start looking at the guys, it's like, okay, so there's some names here that I really like. I love seeing his name in the same ballpark as Kirill Kaprizov, as Vladimir Tarasenko, all that. Then there's a couple other names and you're like, I don't know who that guy is, and he wasn't that far off this production. So the KHL can just be kind of confounding in that way of what do you make of it. A lot of reason for optimism with Buchelnikov, and you love seeing that production. I think I saw a clip on Twitter. I think this was maybe their all-star game. He was in the fastest skater competition. You love to see that. Certainly for a smaller guy, you want to be able to have that skating. That's, I think, one of the questions is, can he separate from like NHL defensemen as a smaller guy? And we'll see what the answer to that question is. He's just a guy that I have a hard time wrapping my mind around until I see him in North America. And that's probably a cop-out answer by me, but I'm being a little cautious on him just because there are those mixed results when you're pulling out of the KHL.
Yeah, that's fair.
You gave your reasoning.
Yeah, thank you, man.
Speaking of your reasoning, man, you're part of the podcast, the Athletic Hockey Show. Tell people how often they can catch you.
Yeah, so I'm on Monday with Mark Lazarus, and then usually Fridays we do our prospect show. So if you like the prospect stuff, certainly you're going to want to hear that one. Corey Proman and Scott Wheeler, just two phenomenal prospect analysts and writers, and we usually have Chris Peters from Flow Hockey on as well. It's a really good show, and there's a lot of good debate. Like, Scott and Corey see the game pretty differently, so it's really fun to hear them debate prospects and players. There's a couple of recent episodes I think people would like. So especially if you're into the prospects, I know you guys are. That's a good one to listen to. So thank you guys so much for having me on. Always fun to jump on with you.
Thanks so
Max,
much,
I appreciate you, brother.
Dude.
You're the man.
Yeah, take care, guys.
The GOAT, man. The GOAT.
Really is.
GOAT for a reason.
We are, I don't know if there's an inherent bias, and obviously I'm not paying attention to any other cities, but I think we've gotten pretty lucky with our crop of beat reporters and announcers.
Oh, yeah.
And
The
Detroit
announcers,
specifically, yeah. I think it's one of the reasons why we're one of the best sports cities in America.
Absolutely. It takes more than just the teams. Like, you got, we have goated play-by-play. Like, I think Ken Daniels, I mean, it's probably being biased, but I think Ken Daniels is the greatest play-by-play voice of all time. He is insane.
James, before he left for cover New York.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're pretty spoiled here.
Oh, yeah, man.
Speaking of spoiled, the hot leather neck massage.
Hot leather neck
treatment.
Scalp massage, or the hot towel treatment, only at Lady Jane's. Walk-ins are always welcome. Get a award-winning haircut from one of our lovely, talented stylists and one of those extra special things I just talked about. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men open 7 days a week. Walk-ins are always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
Detroit has the best sports fans in the world. That's why they deserve the best sports coverage in the world. We are the Woodward Sports Network.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy precision haircut, scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Step up your game this season and take advantage of our $20 haircut special. Scan the QR code and get your coupon today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, the ultimate haircut experience. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
Big injuries, big news. Twice a week, Dr. Jeff Pierce from Michigan Sports and Spine joins Woodward Sports Network for the Injury Insider Report. Big D Energy Tuesdays at noon, and Ermanni and Edwards with Maz Thursdays at 3:30. Get expert analysis and in-depth breakdowns on the latest sports injuries from the man trusted by top athletes in the community, like D-Mac. Whether it's the Lions, Pistons, Tigers, or Red Wings, Dr. Pierce talks us through it all. Don't miss the Injury Insider Report with Dr. Jeff Pierce, your go-to source for understanding the impact of injuries on the games and players we love. Only on Woodward Sports Network. Scan the QR code on the screen or go to MichiganSportsandSpine.com to see if Dr. Jeff Pierce can help you. It's bear hunting season, and Dan Campbell is hungry for some kneecaps.
If you can just get a hold of them and you start dragging their ass out to the deep, dark abyss, you can drown them.
The Kings of the North are back for another year of the brand new Lions. Make sure you're locked in to Detroit's #1 sports network for all the news and info on your Detroit Lions.
Woodward Sports, let's go.
Planet Fitness, the home of the judgment-free zone, where everybody can get a full-body workout in 30 minutes. All memberships include fitness training. You get all that for just $15 a month, or upgrade to the Black Card and get use of amenities like hydro massage, total body enhancement, and access to over 2,500 locations worldwide. Join in club or online at planetfitness.com. Planet Fitness, where your fitness is essential.
What up? Welcome to Whatever Way It's Live on Sports.com. I just had one of my favorite guests on, and I should be up and pumped, but some stuff coming across the Twitter sphere. And
real quick, before we get into that, we got a super chat in there.
Shout out.
From Cringe Shorts. He says, if the MLS expanded to Detroit, would you try watching? Just curious, since nobody really talks about Detroit City, even though they're pretty good.
Yeah, I would.
I like DCFC. Tune in Big D Energy, man. We talk about DCFC all the time. We have guests on. Neil's the voice, so yeah, we bring him up. DCFC games, we had a great time.
I had an awesome
at the
time.
DCFC game.
I think it's more for me. I got to be there to.
Yeah, soccer.
To be honest with you, that's kind of aided in me falling in love with the Red Wings this year. Is just going to that Tampa game, being close to the ice, just have an appreciation for like the little stuff.
Oh yeah,
they don't necessarily see on TV or aren't paying attention to. Maybe that's what people got to do more for the DCFC. I promise you, it's worth it.
DCFC is a lot of fun. Speaking of real football, though.
Yeah, speaking of real football, American football, Detroit Lions football.
It's called soccer.
My biggest thing this offseason, and I've kind of been brushing it off. And I thought about it briefly yesterday too, because the trade deadline, not the trade deadline, but the tag deadline went and passed.
Yeah.
It's been Carlton Davis. I've kind of just had it in my head because Brad Holmes had nice things to say that he was an automatic re-sign. He's coming home. But then today, he recently on Twitter, who, by the way, if you go and look at his Twitter, not active on Twitter at all.
Not a very Twitter guy.
Not a very Twitter guy. Not a big Twitter guy. Shut the fuck, yo.
Shut the fuck, yo.
But he had this to say today on his Twitter. See murder, that is. This is a graphic from Woodward Sports, just kind of recreating it. He says, I won't make the same mistake twice. Ooh. If you want your defense upgraded, you know who to pay. Turn on the tape.
Ooh.
It's got to be about the Detroit Lions, brother. Because free agency does not open until next week, Wednesday. So the only person he's having contract negotiations with or conversations with is our beloved Detroit Lions and Brad Holmes.
And you're thinking that by him saying, I won't make the same mistake twice, he's talking about signing a short-term deal? Or because he didn't
No, I don't think he signed a short-term deal.
I think he's just talking about he won't make the same mistake. Like,
I'm not saying anything what it means. I'm just saying this is a bad tweet. This is not a good thing.
Why? What makes it a bad tweet?
What makes it a bad? I won't make the same mistake twice. That makes it a bad tweet.
So what do you think he's talking about in reference to that?
I don't know. So I don't know. I'm still trying to decipher.
People are saying that he's talking about on the tape. He doesn't make the same mistake twice.
Okay. No, that's definitely not what he's saying.
What do you think he's saying then?
He's saying he won't make the same mistake twice in terms of I'm figuring maybe somebody either between an agent and or the contract. He for sure is not talking about something on the field. Because the following sentence, if you want your defense upgraded, you know who to pay.
Put on the tape.
Put on the tape.
He won't, of him not making the same mistake twice.
If you believe that, I love you.
I mean, what else would he be saying?
He's definitely talking about a contract. He's definitely talking about some money.
He didn't sign a contract with the Lions, though.
He won't make the same mistake twice in terms of whether it's an agent, whether it's the type of contract he's signing, whether it's just playing on that prove it deal.
It's definitely, but people are saying it's negative vibes. I'm just trying to play devil's advocate here.
But that's not what it is.
He's not a Twitter guy. Maybe he just, it's a weird tweet.
He's not going to Twitter to talk about watching his tape.
He said put on the tape.
Spinny, stop.
Did he not?
Stop it. We're not doing this.
Did he?
We're not doing this. We're not doing the Black's Law Dictionary on this one. We know what this is about. This is clearly about money. And the only person he's talking money with right now is the Detroit Lions. This is not good news. You don't have a CB1 if you let this guy walk.
Yeah, no.
Now, are there other CB1s on the market? Yeah, sure. There's somebody you go out there and pay. I was actually driving today.
You said you pay him $14 million.
And I said, I think it was yesterday when I did the clip for LNU, I was like, you know what? I think even if you brought in Darius Slay, he would be like your third man up. Mm-hmm. I was driving on the way in today like, no, he probably actually would be your CB1.
Yeah.
He's probably better than Terrion right now.
Yeah.
I'll do respect to Terrion. Like Terrion's got to make that step. He's got to show us. Darius Slay did it to the tune of 54% completion percentage allowed on his side of the field. You almost got to sign the man. I mean, I don't know. It's a little preemptive right there.
Yeah.
But something's going on. Something smells fishy. You can't twist this into anything good.
I don't know. It's definitely not anything good. Something good would be him tweeting, I love the Detroit Lions. But, that's basically what he did when he went on that podcast and said how much he loved Dan Campbell, wanted to play for Dan Campbell, and wouldn't want to play for another coach after playing for Dan Campbell. So this could be being misconstrued. It's definitely not good, like you said.
Yeah.
But I don't think this is him I'm not going to make the same mistake twice. I'm not going to sign with the Lions. Like, that's a mistake.
I mean, it could be something of that ilk.
I don't think that's what it is. I don't think he's the guy to do that.
You don't know him.
Based on his habits, I don't think he's the guy.
What habits?
Not doing stuff like this.
We don't know him. He was here for 1 year.
Yeah, but like you said, he's not a very active Twitter guy. He's not a very vocal dude. He wasn't causing any... The things that he did say...
So he especially goes off his way to make a statement like that. It's not a good... It's not.
The things that he did say, I'm just saying, are the moves that made with him were like... You thought he was... never mind. Not going to go there. You're just going to get mad if I bring that up. But...
What, I thought that he did come back because he wasn't paid?
Yeah.
Maybe. I wanted him to come back. I feel like a jaw, you could... I mean, like, he had more than a month's time.
Yeah, I don't think...
He's already got a Super Bowl. It's not like he's like, I got to get that Super Bowl before my career's over.
So what do you think he's expecting money-wise? Because what would you be willing to pay him?
I'd be willing to pay him up to $17 million.
And I would too. And I don't think he'd be expecting more than that.
Will somebody pull up? We actually go to let's pull up some contracts.
I do know Dave. See, Antonio Esparza, Spenny thinks he knows Davis personally. When did I fucking say that?
He did say, he said you went to summer camp with him as a kid.
You guys are just fucking ridiculous. Guys. You can't say one thing without completely meaning it this way. Oh no, he knows the guy. So I just hate that part of this, of where we are as society. That's what it is. You're either this side or that side.
That's what you do to me all the time. You say he's a cancer.
You did say he's a cancer. You said he didn't want to play with his team. You said he quit on his boys.
It's not saying he's a cancer.
We need Dej Wolf, just like Cash Doll, to step up, recruit this man.
Throw that thing on him.
Go anywhere. So
give him some of that muffin top.
Jesus, peel his muffin top back blue.
No, I mean, look, we know Za'Darius ain't going anywhere.
Like you said, I agree with you that this is not a good thing. But I don't think it's like him saying he's not. I don't want to take it that way either. I don't think it's him saying he's not going to re-sign with Detroit. He's not going to make that same mistake.
Yeah,
again.
I think. So if this was like,
and I think he's a reasonable guy.
Have you played 2K franchise mode? You don't know. You played 2K.
I think he's a reasonable guy. Do you have anything to say that he's not?
I don't know. I can't say anything like that for sure.
Yeah,
but
it's fair.
If you ever play 2K and you see like the moral of the guys, like it's like, plus 24 points.
Yeah,
like,
This gave him fans and lost team morale.
This is a solid minus like 30. Yeah. And this is not good. I'm looking at the contracts you talked about. Like, was he wants to get paid? We said 17 is where we're at, and that's actually what Jalen Johnson. I'm sorry, no, Diamador Lenore is at. The guy's above him. You think he's better than Jalen Johnson with the Bears?
No.
He's at $19 million. The Jerry Sneed's at 19.
Yeah, the guy who's at 17 is Lenore. Yeah, I think
he's better than Lenore.
Probably.
He's the next guy on that list.
He is the next guy on that list.
He probably is expecting.
Is he better than Jamal Dean?
The guy that
Tampa didn't think he was.
Yeah.
I know we're up against a break here, but is there maybe something we can explore where you are getting that compensatory pick? Or
I'm just saying I don't think this
to get
is
somebody
him
on the market,
asking for 25.
somebody on the trade market.
There's like a formula for that one too. Like so, if we lost him, there's no. By the way, because like he's a CB1.
Yeah.
Fuck the pick. Especially it's gonna be like a 3rd round pick.
Yeah.
I love Brad. He's taking a lot of experiments there that haven't really panned out. At least I guess the one that comes to mind is Broderick Martin. No, yeah, I'm just saying like that's not. The 3rd round pick isn't fucking fulfilling me my void of a CB1 when I'm in a Super Bowl window and I'm ready to pay. Freaking Max Crosby's got $35 million a year today, boys. Like we got to start paying these guys. Freaking running back market just went off the fucking roof with Saquon Barkley signed for $20 million. This ain't great.
Yeah, I'm not saying I would just let him walk.
No, I know you're just asking, but I'm saying like fuck that. No,
you don't see somebody on the market that you're like, okay, maybe for a 3rd we can get this done.
I don't think
that
Brad
could be a conversation, but like you wouldn't get that pick until next year anyway.
I think Carlton Davis will be re-signed as a Detroit Lion because I don't think this is a tweet of him asking for top guy money. I don't think he, as a reasonable person, expects that kind of money.
No, it's a tweet that negotiations are going wrong. They're going bad, not wrong.
See, that's
what this is.
I don't know, man. I think that's a
what
big,
do you mean?
I think
you
that's
don't
a big
know?
jump to make.
That's not a big jump to make at all. He's literally talking about being paid. If you want your defense upgraded, what he did, you say he's a big part of that. We saw once he went down, things went real down for the entirety of the team, at least for the defense side of the ball. He's someone, if you want your defense upgrade, you got to know what to pay.
But seeing this tweet and being like, that means negotiations are bad.
That absolutely means negotiations are going
I don't know
bad.
if you
He's
can
talking
make
about being paid. The only person they have negotiations with right now is the Detroit Lions. Free season until next week.
Do you know that they've had negotiations right
Yes.
now? Like, based on what?
Based on Jordan Schultz.
Where did he say that?
I could show you. I can't say on air, but I could show you. Negotiations are being had. And so the tweet comes out like this during that. No, that's not a good sign. If he's talking about being paid, he's not talking about being paid with anybody else with the Detroit Lions right now.
You just tweeted, I'm crashing out, not going to lie. You are crashing out.
I am crashing out. Nick, I'm sorry. This is you're the king of crash outs. Take the floor, man.
No, I just wanted to give you guys a little from SI.com, his projected contract. You guys are all the way willing to go to 17, did you say?
At 14,
his projected is at 2-year 14 per, which is 28 total. But if he's looking for that big monster deal, you got to stay on the field, dude. This guy gets hurt every year. What is
Exactly.
he has to look himself in the mirror.
Exactly.
Yeah, he broke his jaw.
Yeah, that's not
but
like a...
it's not one of the... but it happens every year, something to this guy. He missed 9 games the last 2 years. Be realistic. That's all I'm saying to Carlton Davis. I get it. Get your bag when you can. That's I'm never going to tell a player not to, but be realistic here. Obviously, Brad's going to hardball him. You just saw Max Crosby get paid too. You know, what's that mean for Aiden Hutchinson? I know we'll get into it.
I expect the deal to get done. Because I don't think anybody's going to get too egotistical. And if they do, it's just not going to happen. But I think Brad wants to keep him here. He's already said he wants to keep him here. He's already given up assets to go get him. We know how much he likes to keep and use those draft picks to maintain players. I don't think he would throw it out by, burning that bridge by lowballing him. I think the deal still gets done.
I think the deal could still get done.
Like I said,
guess you can't guarantee it.
Brad Holmes said he wants him here. He said he loves being here and loves his head coach. Is this tweet a great sign? No,
he
it's
also
not.
said, I won't make the same mistake twice. If you want the defense upgrade, you know who to pay. Now, obviously, you have until Wednesday until this is like he's going out and flirting with other guys. You know what I'm saying? Like, you go on that break with your girl.
Yeah.
It's like, take that break with the girl, but she's going to be out there getting popped.
And if he goes out there and he signs to a team and it's not a ridiculous contract, I'll be upset. If he signs with a different team and it's not anything like $20+ million a year, I would be pretty upset. Not gonna lie.
I'm gonna reach out to now you guys know one of the sources. I'm gonna reach out to Jordan, see if he texts back, maybe see what's going on with this. It's not great. There's no spinning it. He's talking about another team. He's talking about the Detroit Lions, and he wants to get paid. We are well past break though, and we need to tell you guys urgently about the socials.
Yes, we do. We need to tell you about the best Detroit sports socials in the game. Woodward Sports. Follow us everywhere. X, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Twitch, every social media platform. The handle is @Woodward Sports. This is the #1 Detroit digital sports network. Make sure you are tapped in for everything that we have to offer.
No one gives away more cash and prizes than Woodward Sports. You don't believe us? Here's our latest $10,000 winner.
You guys posted, hey, if you guess all this stuff right, we'll give it's $10,000. I'm like, okay, well, why the hell not?
And the winning doesn't stop there. How about our Outkick Your Coverage winner?
I think you will. We got Tully, everybody. This guy's got a hot girl.
Bigger prizes, bigger giveaways, cash, merch, tickets, and more. All from the biggest sports network in Detroit. No one does it bigger and better than Woodward Sports. Make sure you're following, liking, subscribing on Instagram, Facebook, X, and YouTube for your chances to share in the winning. From Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports.
Stop searching for a vehicle and start finding one. Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac makes it easy. We harness the power of multiple dealerships and own the biggest selection of GM brands in the area to get you the car you need. With the Les Stanford Group, you'll have access to 4 different dealerships, providing you with more makes, more models, and more choices. We're connected to more than 1,000 vehicles, and with so many high-quality CPO vehicles available, you'll find new car quality at pre-owned prices. You can start and end your search at lesstanford.com today.
Congratulations to the real Coach of the Year, Motor City Dan Campbell.
Just put your head down and go to work. It's about to be fun, man. It's about to be fun.
Woodward Sports.
Caesar Sportsbook, the official sportsbook of Woodward Sports. Scan that QR code above my head and use code word Woodward1000 to get your first bet up to $1,000 back in bonus bets. Caesar Sportsbook, the official sportsbook of Woodward Sports.
Smash that like button. Be a friend. Tell a friend. Share the stream. I'm Eazy, joined by Smorax, Young Chris. Let's get into it. We jump back into the Carlton Davis stuff. If you guys missed it, I'd recommend rewinding, 15 minutes?
Yeah, I mean, there's not much more to talk about.
Oh, there's more to talk about. We're trying to figure what the hell this is. Davis originally signed a 3-year, $44.5 million extension with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers on March 14th, 2022. This deal included a $10 million signing bonus and a $30 million guaranteed. I'm sorry, 24 of it guaranteed at signing. It's an average annual salary of $14.8 million. I forgot about this part too. On March 2024, Davis was traded from the Buccaneers to the Detroit Lions, along with 2 6-round picks. Jose Blase, he was entering the final year of his deal.
Yep.
After the trade, the Lions restructured Davis's contract to create cap space for the 2024 season. They converted $6 million of his $14 million into a signing bonus that added 3 void years.
Okay.
So I'm wondering if he's missing out on money there. Maybe he's talking about that mistake.
So he just wants guaranteed money?
The deal. Maybe he wants some guaranteed bread. Yeah.
Is that? I don't think that's the end of the world.
I don't think it's the end of the world
I think that would be the best case scenario for the Lions is to, if you could sign Carlton Davis and pay him now before all of these contracts hit, that would be the best case scenario. And people saying that, like, it's because he doesn't want to sign a 1-year deal. He never signed a 1-year deal. Like you said, he restructured his former 3-year deal. And I don't think anybody on God's green earth expected Carlton Davis to sign some kind of 1-year, $6 million, let's go take a run at it contract. That's not the place he's in his career. I don't think that was ever on the table or ever should have been a topic, because we all know he's already got a Super Bowl. He's looking at this at his last time really to get a lucrative contract, and I think everybody accepts that. Now, I don't think he's looking to reset the market, but I think he would be looking for a 3 to 4 year deal making $15+ million a year. And that's what it always has been, and I don't think that's too crazy. I don't think this tweet changes any of that, personally. I agree. Maybe it's, he wants the guaranteed money, but I don't think that was ever, like, did anybody think he wasn't going to ask for that at the start of the game? Did you honestly think that he would have signed a team-friendly 1-year contract to go take a run at a Super Bowl? I didn't. I don't think anybody did.
No. Why are you saying that?
Because is that the mistake you're talking about? Like, do you think he wants something more than a 3-year, close to $20 million a year deal?
I don't know what time. I mean, I couldn't tell you. I couldn't pinpoint what the mistake was. But I know if he's talking about money right now and upgrading someone's defense, it's quite clearly about the Detroit Lions, because he's not in any type of contract.
Out, man.
I'm not crashing out. I'm crashing out because I don't understand where you're like, where you're lost on this. We're saying it's not about the Detroit Lions and contract negotiations. That's the only team who's allowed to negotiate with right now.
I'm not saying that it's not. I'm just saying him not making the same mistake twice. If he is talking about that year where he restructured and got the bonus, that's the only thing he could be talking about with the Lions, because that's the only thing he's done in contract negotiations with the Detroit Lions. So if he's not going to make that same mistake twice, that just means he's looking for a 3 to 4 year contract, fully guaranteed, getting a nice amount of money, and that's what we expected the deal to look like in the first place.
So then why would he say, if you want your defense upgraded, you know who to pay?
Because he's a good defensive player, and he needs a contract.
So that means something's going wrong with negotiations, correct? Or negotiations at least aren't going where they want it, where he wants it to.
If you need your defensive upgraded, you know who to pay.
Yeah.
He's a good defensive player that's not under contract right now. That's what that means.
But the only team he's in negotiations with right now is the Detroit Lions.
And he hasn't signed a deal with them yet. No.
Okay. So that would mean that obviously it's not going great. The conversations aren't fucking woo. I mean, obviously he would be signed.
Yeah, he would have been signed by now,
that's what I'm trying to get to right now. Maybe it's not.
Yeah, but I don't think it's the end of the world, doom and gloom.
No, because obviously, like I said, there's other guys out there that sign. Shadarius Ward,
I don't
DJ
think this
Reed.
means that they're not going to sign him.
I think it leans towards that.
I mean, I guess.
This definitely forecasts that. This definitely forecasts him not being signed more than it is.
So if you had to say it right now, you would say they're not re-signing Carlton Davis.
No, I'm saying projection based off this tweet It's looking like it might not happen. Yeah.
Yeah, if you had to stamp it right now, gun to your head, will Carlton Davis re-sign with the Detroit Lions, yes or no?
I don't fucking know. But I tell you right now, it's in trouble. So yeah, if I had to make a bet, I'd bet against it.
Okay. I still think he's going to re-sign with the Lions based on.
Just trying to spin it so I go, oh, it's all right.
No, I
it's
just
not.
think you're making it a lot more than what it is. Like I said,
I'm not making
I've
more.
said
I'm just saying it is what it is.
I
It's
said
not a good
multiple
thing.
times. It's not a good thing. No, it's not.
Okay.
But it's not the end of the world, and they're not going to not re-sign him just because of a tweet.
Yeah, he definitely could still be signed. But to all you like go lucky guys out there, like it's a good thing or it's not a bad thing at all.
I don't think anybody's saying it's a good thing.
Absolutely, they are. I mean, you're trying to spin it that way too. Maybe it's not about the Detroit Lions.
Yeah, I was playing devil's advocate, and I said it multiple times that no, this isn't a good thing. But I think you're overreacting a little bit. It's not the end of the world.
I don't think I'm overreacting at all because if you don't re-sign this guy and you're not getting DJ Reed or you're not getting Tre'Davious Ward, you're kind of in trouble.
So you don't think it's overreacting to say because of one tweet, if you don't re-sign Carlton Davis or don't re-sign anybody, then then you're in trouble? I think that's a big jump to go from this tweet to we're not going to have a cornerback one next year no matter what. That's a huge jump to make.
It's not a jump. It's a fact. It's a statement. If it's not done and you don't sign those other guys, you are going to be in trouble.
Yeah, and like I said, I think that's a jump from right where we are now.
Nick, you had your hand up?
This is pretty intense. This is fucking breaking news
not
for
good.
Wednesday.
Yeah.
But,
No, it's not good.
I was gonna
But it's
say,
not the
are
end
you
of the
guys
world either.
willing to bet on it? It seems like you guys are on total different sides of the coin here, and obviously no gun to the head.
I would do a pizza bet.
Yeah, no, I'm not doing any type of bet. I'm just letting you know this forecast is something not great. I'm not telling you he's not going to re-sign, but I'm telling you this means there's trouble in paradise.
Yeah. And where there's smoke, most of the time there's fire. Like, no one is disagreeing.
That's where we are.
Nobody is saying this is a good thing.
Oh, don't worry.
But
They're
it's
in
not
chat.
the end of the world.
It's not the end of the world.
If
You
the
got the
deal
rest of
isn't
free
done
agency.
today, he's gone. Like, no. There's negotiations. It's a business. That's how it works.
I honestly hope it doesn't happen because all you fucking retards in the chat right now.
What
to be honest with you.
What are they saying?
I don't care.
I thought the chat was with you.
No, I honestly hope it doesn't. I'm sick of the fucking everything's all right.
Yeah,
we're all good, boys. Doesn't matter. Super Bowl loading up. I hate that.
It does suck.
Because somebody looks at something logically. You guys, he's negative. He's overreacting. No, logically speaking, as Spinney just stated, where there's smoke, there's fire.
Yeah, and this is not a good thing. Would you rather on the same?
It's not an overreaction. I'm allowed to be upset when something's not good or projected not to be good.
But this
is
doesn't
happening
mean
to my
he's
team.
gone, dude. This doesn't mean he's gone.
It doesn't mean he's gone, but I'm allowed to react in a negative manner if something negative is happening.
I know. Yes, you are.
Okay,
because you're right.
All right. So then you and the rest of the little weirdos in the chat on that, shut the fuck up.
That's all I'm saying.
That's
man.
all I'm saying. Like, I'm allowed to be
You're getting
upset
heated now.
that
It's
we
not
might
that-
lose our
it's not that big of a
CB1.
deal.
I'm allowed to be upset about that.
Yeah, I know, but I think you're getting yourself worked up.
Tomorrow
a
ain't
little bit more than
promised,
you
G.
should. Yeah, I know. And
Motherfuckers die every day. I
and-
want to see a Super Bowl in this bitch.
And deals aren't done in 10 minutes. Like it takes negotiation. It takes time.
Brother, it's been longer than 10 minutes, so that's the thing.
Unless you're Monty and you're Tom Gores with Monty, you just keep upping it.
JB with just the most accurate statement, which I side with. I think maybe the first offer wasn't what he wanted.
For sure wasn't.
Yeah.
And he's just throwing it out there that he is an upgrade.
And that's
Gotta
what
promote yourself
negotiations
to
are.
get the bag. You know, I'm right with
That's
JB.
that's
Shout
what
out, JB.
negotiations are. That's what deals. That's how deals get done. Everybody knows you never accept their first offer. Everybody knows you don't offer him fucking $50 million or $20 million a year as the first offer.
But here's
It's
the thing, too, is we
negotiation.
also don't know if this is the first offer. It had to have been some type of conversation.
We don't know
or
anything.
after
This
trade
is
was
all
made.
speculation right now.
We don't know anything, but we don't know it's the first offer.
We don't know it's not the first offer.
I don't believe it's the first offer. I think when you trade for someone
I
on a
don't
one-year
believe
deal,
that this means he's gone.
and he restructures a contract, there's some type of conversation that had been had. Obviously, you guys discussed the contract if you restructured it. But moving on, we got top 10 Detroit Lions free agent targets that we're going to get to, but Feist, Les Stanford, Chevrolet.
Les Stanford. It's Les Stanford, sign and drive sale. Get a 2024 Envision for only $239 per month, or try out the 2025 Sierra Crew Cab Elevation for $249 per month. Don't forget the 2025 Hummer EV SUV for $789 per month. Zero security deposit, zero do it signing, zero first payment, zero acquisition fee. Get to Les Stanford sign and drive sale today. Check out their massive inventory. Les Stanford Buick GMC, LesStanford.com.
Love Woodward sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
How do people feel about getting a Planet Fitness membership for $15 a month? How do they like working out in a clean and spacious gym that's filled with equipment for every workout? And how about free fitness training in the judgment-free zone that leaves them feeling energized all day long? Join Planet Fitness today with the free PF app, online or in club, and start getting that big fitness energy for $15 a month.
We don't like to brag that we are the toughest sports network in Detroit, but we do have a guy named Darren McCarty on our side. Woodward Sports. A ton of fun, a ton of sports, and a ton of man-meat. Welcome to the Woodward Heavyweights, live daily 5 to 7 p.m. on Woodward Sports.
Great. I'll tell you that.
It's not.
I'll tell you that.
It's not over.
It sucks because I typically bring
You need
stuff
some
with
jars.
me for the to and from, right?
Yeah.
I didn't bring anything from work today, and I had to stop by Jars Cannabis. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to type in my little duty handy here, shopjars.com. I'm going to find the closest one to me because they got top shelf quality, unmatched variety, price for the people like me. All right? And if you're in Grand Rapids, if you're in Madison Heights or Milan, there's some coming to you too. There's 27 locations across the great state of Michigan. I'm going to come across one on my way home. Shopjars.com. Tell me I'm overreacting. I'm acting accordingly. It's not great. It's not great.
It's not great, but it's not panic time.
And then you know what? God damn it. We're going to do this top 10 list. And I already looked at it. I don't know if you did.
Oh, I haven't seen it yet. No. Tim 20man's top 10 list.
Don't blow it. Don't give it away.
Oh, all right. Let's just jump into the Detroit Lions top 10 free agent targets.
Easy, Xavier D makes a good point.
If Xavier's one of those, don't. If he's a Chris, don't read the goddamn thing.
We got Vildor.
God damn it!
All right, top 10. Tim 20man's.
I love you, chat.
Top 10 free agents to look out for. Is that what it was, basically?
Yeah, the man who is the most connected within the Lions organization.
Yeah, Tim 20man's the man. Friend of the show.
Interviews players, interviews coaches,
Gets interviewed by the heavyweights.
Exactly.
That's how you know you're legit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, shout out Tim for sure.
Shout out.
Yeah, for sure.
Taking him back on.
Yeah, we should.
All right, Eazy.
Yes, sir.
Open mind going into these free agents.
Yeah.
You ready?
Nope.
Let's.
Start Carlton Davis. I don't want him.
Honestly, yeah.
All right, let's start out with a proven veteran, a guard who didn't allow a single sack in over 1,000 snaps last season. Do I have your guys' interest, fellas?
I do. That piqued my interest.
Yeah.
A veteran.
Didn't allow a single sack.
A ring-chasing veteran or
Is he
looking
hurt?
for a bag veteran?
He's a ring-chasing at this point,
Okay,
veteran.
all
I
right.
would think.
Yes.
I would think.
Goddamn
But guards
better be.
just got paid.
Piques my interest.
May I
How's his bill of
interest
health?
you in a Brandon Sheriff?
33 years old.
Oh, he's 33.
1,000 sackless snaps. Just stripped his balls from him, and he went out there and did the damn thing.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, though. That offense looked pretty damn good last year. You brought in a guy that has some little bit of cohesion with it, a little continuity with it. Sign Kevin Zeitler, pay the goddamn man his money.
Yeah,
He's familiar with what you got going on. He executed it just fine. What are we doing? I don't want to talk about Brandon Sheriff right now. Sign Kevin Zeitler, Carlton Davis.
Yes, I agree. The ideal situation would be to re-sign Kevin Zeitler. I would prefer re-signing Kevin Zeitler. But if you don't, if he wants to retire, because I couldn't really see Kevin Zeitler like signing with a different team. I don't know. I feel like he liked it here. I don't know him, but I feel like he liked it here.
He's not that kind of guy. You don't know.
And we know how much Hank Fraley plays a role into what his offensive line likes to do, and they all love him. I would re-sign Kevin Zeitler, but yeah, if you can't, No, I would definitely be interested in Sheriff.
Yeah, I think it's affordable contract, and that's how Brett shops.
That's the same kind of. It would be like the same thing with Zeitler. Boom, plug and play. Boom, right there, ready to go. Pro Bowl level guy.
Yeah. To be clear, no Detroit Lions are on this list that Tim put out. He wanted that to be known. This is outside of the organization,
yes.
and that was if Zeitler did not get re-signed. All right. Excuse me on this pronunciation here. Dayo Odeyingbo, 6'6", 286, 11 sacks, 34 QB hits in the last 2 seasons from the Indianapolis Colts. A guy that you can throw on the other edge from Aiden Hutchinson. You guys keep telling me about we're not going to take any of these small guys that like to get to the quarterback.
Yeah.
Dayo is 6'6". Dayo.
Not a chance. Is Brad Holmes signing this guy? I mean, he is going to want $20+ million a year. This guy is 25 years old, coming off of his rookie deal, just had a big year. He's looking to get a bag.
11 sacks the last 2 seasons.
Oh, 2 seasons.
Yeah.
8 and then 3.
Still going to want to get paid?
Odengbo. Dio Odengbo.
Okay,
Just
that makes
sign
more
Carlton
sense
Davis
then.
Dio Odebengo.
Not
That's tough.
11 sacks in the past 2 years.
Yeah.
Okay.
A little bit more for him.
That's a little bit more for him.
That's what I'm saying.
Now we're
Still,
talking mid
still going to be looking at probably teens.
Probably.
Upwards of $10 million a year.
Especially in this draft. I mean, this
especially in
class.
this weak free agent class.
Other
they just
than
gotta
safeties.
pour all their money into Carlton Day. No,
Yes.
okay, that is better. Yeah, I mean, I like the size.
Yeah.
The production isn't there. How many?
11 sacks the last 2 seasons.
11 sacks. Yeah, I was gonna say how many snaps, but I don't want to make you do that.
34 quarterback hits.
34 quarterback hits is nice.
Nice.
If you can't re-sign the guys that you have, because I do think they want to re-sign at least 2 of the 3 of Levi, Kaminsky, and Pat O'Connor, and Marcus Davenport. Actually, I'm gonna put all 4 of those guys. If you don't get those guys, yeah, this would be a good option. It's going to be an expensive option for that level of production. I don't know if Brad does that.
He was 22nd in total snaps with 746 just last year. He had 13 QB hits, 25 hurries, and 42 pressures. His 13 QB hits rank 8th in the league.
Yeah, he's going to be too expensive.
Tim's throwing some names on this list.
He's
if these guys are too expensive, I can't wait till we get to the good side. It's the juicy side for you fellas.
This is a guy that's, like I said, coming off of his rookie year. Like Eazy said, he was top 10 in QB hits. That is a position where you see Marcus Davenport getting contracts that are up to $10 million a year. I think he's going to want closer to 20 than to 10.
All right, fellas. Talking about a guy that is not coming off of his rookie contract. He is about to turn 30. He's 6'4". He's 310. Played for the Tennessee Titans. 44 total tackles, 2.5 sacks, 6 TFLs. Sebastian Joseph Day. Give me your thoughts, Eazy. Is this a guy that you would go after?
30 years old. He's played defensive end. He's played 3-tech. He's played nose tackle. That is right up Brad Holmes' alley. I don't know if that was an Aaron Glenn trait of the defense, but I think it's more so Bargain Bin Brad's trait of signing defenders. He just wants a guy that can fill multiple positions because this holds higher value. If I'm going to pay you this much money on an open market, where's your value stretch? You can play a little bit nose tackle. You can play defensive end. You play 3-tech all the way out to 5. We'll bring you home.
I like it.
What's the number?
I like it. That's what it is.
I have contract projections for the last 5, which wanted to get through these 5 first. I went to an alternate site to get those. Looking for a third wide receiver, fellas. This wide receiver has 500+ yards in each of the last 3 seasons. So it's consistently consistent. Josh Palmer. You bringing him in? Third wide receiver?
Yeah. I like Josh Palmer a lot. If you could get Josh Palmer on a cheap deal, I would do that absolutely. Real quick, Sam Reynolds, shout out Flannel Sam in the Woodward Sports chat. He says, just checking in from Chrysler Center. Need the boys in maize and blue to finish off the home schedule with a win.
No, you don't.
Good luck. Maryland's
They're on that ass.
Maryland might get.
They
ugly.
got your head.
Oh, they might get ugly, son. You don't think they respond tonight?
I mean,
Maryland doesn't respond.
Michigan needs to respond.
Michigan's been playing bad 5 games in a row.
Yeah, you don't think Maryland needs to respond?
Maryland's lost their last 3 games
respond
on buzzer beaters.
At home.
And Maryland's on the bubble to making the tournament, and they lost their last 3 games in buzzer beaters.
I just saw them on like the 6th line today. That's
a play-in.
No.
Hey, you talking about a team that responds. We talk about this team's toughness all the time. Are they the type? Is it in their DNA to have that type of...
Area 51 needs to be found at the Chrysler Center tonight with the fellas. They need to show up. Danny Wolf, Flag Golden. Big games.
Do you expect Michigan to win?
Of course he does.
I don't know.
You said you were about to get smacked out here. You said it's going to get ugly.
With the way Michigan's playing, I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, I expect them to bounce back and win the game tonight.
All right.
I got one.
Josh Palmer.
Yeah,
Josh Palmer.
Real quick. Sebastian Joseph Day projected 2 years, $8 million. That's very.
I would do that.
Oh, yeah.
To the rack with that one.
I would do that.
That's according to ChatGPT.
Last one, another defensive tackle. Before we get to the big dogs, so don't you go anywhere. Javon Kinlaw, 40 tackles, 4.5 sacks, 5 TFLs. Javon Kinlaw, you guys in?
Yes. Another veteran guy. I don't know when Aleem's coming back. I don't know if we're gonna get the version of Aleem that signed the extension. Give me someone to at least alleviate him so he's not stressing out that knee coming back too early.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Agree, 100%. I think you want to get a veteran in the interior defensive line that you will feel comfortable starting at least a couple games to start the season.
And you know what? These guys allow you to afford Carlton fucking Davis. Sorry. We'll go to break.
We're going to go to break? All right, we'll go to break. We'll come back.
Unless we're pushing through. We did this yesterday.
We can push through and double up.
All right, here we go, fellas. Everything you've all been waiting for. That's how we switch it up in the middle. All right.
See a girl, she like that too.
We brought up one of these names. Couple of open minds here. I got some contracts to go with them.
Okay.
Can I interest you in the past 2 seasons? He's played 17 games. 3 picks
combined,
90 total tackles, and 3 TFLs. On a 2-year, $25 million contract, 25-year-old Hufanga from the 49ers.
No,
he's going to sign something way fatter than that.
Yeah.
And something way longer than 2 years. Yeah. I just
not been able to stay healthy last 2 years. Brad Holmes guy.
They did it with CJ.
That's fair, but he's also an all-pro. We got
that,
2
4 years
all-pros.
ago?
No, like 2 years ago. This guy's 25 years old, isn't he? Like 26? Hufanga?
Yeah, no, they're not.
He's 25.
No.
Yeah, no, we can't afford him.
All right. Well, it seems like we can't afford a lot of these guys. Cap's going up. You got to re-sign your own guys.
You got a lot of money. They can afford anybody they want.
They really can. I think they have the 10th most cap.
So what are we doing?
10th most cap space. All right, you guys want. All right, so hard no on Hufanga. Chris, you want him?
No.
All
No.
right. No's around
Sounds
the board.
like Fulga.
They said for like a depth piece, like that could like be kind of a chess piece to go along with Branch.
Your face is.
Jared Allen looks like he's playing in the 70s. Dude.
Oh yeah, it does look like that. It was the court. The court was like baby blue. It was weird. $12.5 million to be reserve safety. Nick, come on.
No, it would be part of like a
God damn it,
iffy
Nick.
blend.
Move on. It's not happening.
Jesus. This is Tim Twentyman, the most connected guy in the organization.
Great guy.
Don't yell at me.
Tim's great dude.
Yell at Tim.
You're pushing for Hufanga, all right? Stop trying to make Hufanga happen.
No, I'm just pushing
Sounds
for
like
these
Fulga.
hard pass no's. Come on.
Jomo Lion King said,
Get
why is he
thinking.
yelling? He's yelling because
Sorry, guys.
he's mad about Carlton Davis.
Sorry for my headphone users.
5 stars.
All right, I'll keep it.
5 stars.
All right, fine. All right. May I interest you in a 24-year-old beauty
Hey, yo.
straight out of Birmingham? No, I'm kidding. All right.
yeah.
All right. May I interest you in a May I interest you?
JC.
I think she actually is 24.
May I interest you in a 24-year-old?
You're disgusting. That noise is crazy.
May I interest you In 2 years, $20 million. A 24-year-old that played 11 games, 6 sacks. He played in 11 games. He had 6 sacks, 28 tackles, and 7 TFLs.
How old?
To come off the
What
edge
the fuck is his
for
name,
this team.
24.
Eazy Ojulari.
Ooh. No.
Chocolate skin.
You're, again, we can't afford these guys. We could afford Eazy Ojulari if you really want to.
2 year, 20 mil.
He's not going to sign that.
He's
not signing a 2-year deal.
Like, let's say...
Well, you guys can blame Matt Verdame and Gilbert Manzano.
God damn it, Gilbert!
Those aren't even real people.
Yeah.
Those are fake names.
That's what I got. Shout out the
I know,
article.
they're idiots. They're fucking... If you're an NFL player... I mean, let's be real. If you're an NFL player, especially Eazy Ojulari, well, that's crazy.
This guy got
and
hurt.
you're coming off a pretty damn good year.
He's not signing a 2-year deal.
You're not signing a 2-year deal. NFL, not for long. You're guaranteeing yourself longevity and bread. You're not...
His first contract after his rookie contract is not going to be a 2-year deal. He's a good player.
If they sign 2-year deals, each of them both, I'll do 100 push-ups straight. You record it.
There you go.
Put it on the show.
With the Diddy audio on
What are their
loop.
names? What are their names
Yeah.
real quick? Just keep camera me on my mouth it.
Matt Verdame and Gilbert Manzano.
Does sound like fake people.
Fake people.
100%.
Real
All
names,
right.
like Phil is a real name.
Somebody that is a
Brandon. That's
very
real name.
real person. Easy's best friend.
Carlton Davis.
Played 14 games, 13 passes defended.
Ooh.
And on
Upgrade
his
the
road
defense.
to a Super Bowl. Projected contract, 1 year, $9 million. Age, 34. Darius Slay.
Yeah.
You know, I did drunk text this guy one time.
You did.
I think we were at the strip club.
Yeah.
Yeah. I drank
was
them.
funny.
You know, embarrassing moment.
That's very funny.
But yeah, fuck yeah. I driving in the way in. I was like, yeah, you know, he probably would start over Carlton, and also help Carlton. It'd be like a turning of
Over
the
Terrion.
Over Terrion. I apologize. Yeah, Carlton on the
Yeah,
brain.
dude doesn't even think he's a CB1 now.
Yeah, I like light skins clearly now.
Carmel King.
It'd be a passing of the torch because the way Darius Slay came in the league, rough first year, second year started this, and thanks to the help of a veteran cornerback and Rasheed Mathis, Darius Slay would be that same guy. And he has love for the city, love for the organization, where he would give him that same type of love back. He wore a C on his chest for the Philadelphia champion Eagles.
Randall Small says, Hufunga is the ugly girl at the strip club. I give you Hufunga!
She got some cannons though, I bet.
Damn! Son?
Damn, son, where'd you
Sorry.
find this?
It's just ridiculously distracting. Fuck, I forgot what we were talking about. Who were we talking
Sports.
about?
Darius Slay.
Darius Slay. Yeah, I'd take Darius Slay. For sure.
Chocolate rain.
Some stay dry while
Yeah, I'm
others
taking
feel
Slay
the
as
pain.
well. Chris, 1 year, $9 million. You taking Slay?
Absolutely, you take the 34-year-old any day of the week.
It's big time. Oh, another 34-year-old here, fellas.
Oh, yeah. I like 'em
16
old.
games.
That
9.
those expired.
16 games for the fella. 9 passes defended, 2 forced fumbles, 6 sacks, 15 quarterback hits at 34 years old on a
Oh.
1 year, $10 million deal.
Yes.
May I interest you in Khalil Mack?
Yes.
1 year, $10 million?
1 year, $10 million? Absolutely. My only thing is I programmed my brain, if you're under 265, you're not playing here.
He's under 265?
I think he's like, I Googled it. He was like 247. He could be up there now, though.
Give him
He's a
some
little older.
Coney.
Pack, yeah, you know. A couple dates out with Cash Doll.
Yeah.
Eating somewhere good.
I would
Put some weight on him.
absolutely would I sign Khalil Mack to 1 year, $10 million. He hasn't, like, if he was completely washed last year, like he hasn't, I know it's going to happen. And it's normally on the team that makes the final contract for him that it happens to.
Uh-oh.
But he hasn't showed signs of being washed yet.
No, he has not.
So 1 year, $10 million, I would absolutely do
He
that.
played against the run.
Yeah.
He played in a 4-3. Yeah.
He could get some Sam snaps.
Dude, you talking about lean being down, and you know a guy who's big enough to play like a pass rushing defensive tackle?
Zadarius Smith.
Zadarius Smith.
Aiden Hutchinson.
And you have all three of them out there on the fucking line at the same time. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm down.
Yeah, so 1 year, $10 million.
Well, what?
I just don't know these protections, man.
Yeah, I'm definitely taking Khalil Mack for that. That's a no-brainer. Last one on this list. I got a couple extras to ask you guys, but Milton Williams, 4 years, $80 million is the projection. Age 25, had 2 sacks in the Super Bowl, 3 sacks total in the playoffs. What do you guys think about Milton Williams? He's age 25. Is this a guy you could pair long term with an Aleem McNeil?
Absolutely not. No. Sorry.
Why?
Maybe
he
you
played on a superstar defensive line.
Why?
He's going to get paid for the benefits of playing around 4 guys every day that are elite at getting to the quarterback.
Yeah.
No thanks.
Like, he's supposed to have those stats when you're seeing one-on-one blocks
Yes.
every single rep because you're playing next to Jalen Carter, Jordan Davis, freaking Josh Sweat. Like, no, we're good.
No, thank you.
His mark is like sky high too because of the playoff performance. He's gonna get overpaid and
no, thank you.
He'll probably be cut and be a free agent in like 2-3 years.
Probably.
And maybe I'm wrong. I apologize if you're listening.
Could be wrong.
All right, I had a question about one signing that is turning into the Lions' rival because we are comparing ourselves to this team every single day. The Philadelphia Eagles bring back All-Pro Zach Bond, 3 years, $51 million. What was your guys' instant reaction to Zach Bond getting re-signed?
3 years, $51 million.
Yep.
They can't keep getting away with this.
They signed him already?
Yeah, 51 mil.
How?
He was not part of the team. Like, we could re-sign Carlton right now.
Yeah, I know, but how are they affording this? I thought they can't sign
That's
anybody.
why I said they can't keep getting away with this.
They signed Saquon and Zach Bond and gave them both almost $20 million a year. There's no way they can afford this. But, I mean, I think it's overpay.
That's why I say I can't compare Brad to Howie, man. Howie is different over there right now. And doing different shit. Because how are you affording this?
Doesn't make sense.
It's got to be all void years. I mean, we'll see, soon enough on over the. It might be on there now.
I think I appreciate Howie Roseman for doing this because it's like we won the Super Bowl. Now we're on borrowed time. We could be trashed for the next 5 years. Doesn't matter. Won the Super Bowl.
Howie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so he's paying the guys that got him there. And good for him.
It's fair.
Good for Zach Bond. He earned it. But again, I think he's a little overrated because of the team he plays around.
Wow. Oh, they got El Chapo on the payroll. Says Chef got OTC.
El Chapo's payroll. What'd you think he said?
That's why I read what I thought he said. They on El Chapo payroll. El Chapo's payroll.
Shout out Tim 20man and SI.com. Don't hate the player, hate the game. Shout out.
You practiced that one in the mirror, didn't you?
That guy up north, that was definitely a I was told moment for sure.
What?
That the Eagles just keep signing people. Still. They signed Saquon to $20 million a year. They signed Zach Bond to 17 or whatever that breaks down to.
Let's see if it's on here yet.
That's crazy stuff.
And here we are, Carlton Davis pissed off.
Carlton Davis is going to be a Detroit Lion. Let's go to break. We'll come back. Talk some Pistons. Talk some.
Or
we got some more Lions stuff.
We got more Lions stuff.
I just want to get out the way while it's relevant. It's semi-relevant.
Tell us about Feldman, Nick.
Feldman Chevrolet of Novi, Detroit's #1 Chevrolet dealer and the Chevrolet Dealer of the Year for 6 consecutive years. Get a 2025 Chevy Silverado for just $213 a month. And you can also get a 2025 Chevy Equinox for only $286 a month. Come see George Hawes and his team at Feldman Chevrolet of Novi. Feldman Chevrolet, Detroit's #1 Chevy dealer.
It's bear hunting season, and Dan Campbell is hungry for some kneecaps.
If you can just get a hold of them and you start dragging their ass out to the deep, dark abyss, you can drown them.
The Kings of the North are back for another year of the brand new Lions. Make sure you're locked in to Detroit's #1 sports network for all the news and info on your Detroit Lions.
Woodward Sports, let's go.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy precision haircut, scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Step up your game this season and take advantage of our $20 haircut special. Scan the QR code and get your coupon today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, the ultimate haircut experience. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, it's wicked awesome.
Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer, is kicking off the game with the best prices on all cars, trucks, and SUVs, like this 2024 Silverado for just $296 a month, or this 2025 Equinox for as low as $371 a month. Our locations in Novi, Highland, New Hudson, Livonia, and Lansing means we have the perfect Chevy right in your backyard. Get the home team advantage every day at Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer.
Detroit has the best sports fans in the world. That's why they deserve the best sports coverage in the world. We are the Woodward Sports Network.
Haircuts for men. Walk in anytime, 7 days a week. Sit down, get an award-winning haircut from one of our lovely, talented stylists. Like I said, hot leather neck shave, scalp massage, hot towel treatment. You can get all that here at Lady Jane's. Walk-ins always welcome, 7 days a week. Lady Jane's, it's wicked awesome.
Lady Jane's.
Lady Jane's.
Hello, welcome back to Woodward Heavyweights live on WoodSports.com. There's actually a lot of stuff we were able to talk about, that we can talk about. Big news in the NFL today. I don't know if you guys saw this. I just think the NFC North is getting crazy. Last week or yesterday, they traded for Jonah Jackson. We kind of made fun of it, but we all agreed when healthy.
He's a good player.
Good player. Today, the Chicago Bears, that is, went ahead and traded for Joe Thuney of the Kansas City Chiefs. Two-time All-Pro.
Yep.
What are they building over there, Spinny?
Trading assets for old, expensive guards.
Yeah.
I mean, we'll see if they can hold up. Like, I don't know. Maybe they wanted that interior locked down because they're going to draft another tackle.
That's what I think.
And they have the two young tackles, so they want two veteran guards to pair with that. I could see that, but I don't know. I think you're better off drafting a guard. Really, I don't know. I'm not in the business of paying offensive guards. Maybe that's because we're spoiled because we have all-pro tackles and all-pro center.
Yeah.
But
they're definitely trying to do something this year.
They are, for sure. Yeah, you don't do these moves without trying to win this year.
And these are both good guards.
For sure.
My takeaway with the 10th overall pick in 2025 NFL Draft, Chicago Bears select Ashton Jeanty.
Yeah.
They try to recreate a little bit of the magic you had here with, almost said DeAndre Swift because that's who they had, but Dave Montgomery and Jahmyr Gibbs.
No!
He just had success no matter what.
No!
With all the type of running backs.
All right, Nick.
What was it? I didn't hear it.
Said, no, God, please. Oh, God, no. I'm with you. I saw your tweet. I thought it was great. I thought it was connecting the dots.
That's Eazy Sports.
And shout it out. There you go.
So you'd be scared of the Bears if they got Jeanty?
I mean, you pair them
they're a step closer to getting
They're a step closer. Yeah, I think that's a ready-made thing. I thought the Thuney trade was a really good move. I thought the Jonah one was ridiculous.
Yeah.
I thought that was a bad trade.
Yeah.
I thought the Thuney one was a good move.
That's a good move.
And they're definitely trying to do what you just said, Eazy. I think that would be a great move to get, in that ready-made offense behind the line to get Jeanty.
We talked about it.
Oui.
That's what happens with teams in your division. You build your team. You build what you want to do to beat the teams in your division.
Yeah.
Because you're playing all of them twice. And the king of this division is the Detroit Lions.
Hell yeah, say
so
it again.
You need to build your team to try. The king of this division is the Detroit Lions. You need to try to build your team to beat the Lions, and that means being big, aggressive, and girthy in the trenches.
Doesn't matter if you have
And
one
so
ass cheek
I
and
think
three
we all knew
toes.
that the
I will
Bears were
beat
going
your
to address
ass.
offensive line. Are these two good moves? Yeah.
Yeah.
The Jonah Jackson one, Thuney is a good addition.
It's a good move. And I tell you what, even if they don't get Jeanty, they grab Banks, they grab the kid from Mizzou.
Deep running back class.
Josh Simmons. I'm talking about just these tackles. Then second round, like you said, deep running back class. Hampton there. The kid from Ohio State, Henderson. Yeah. It's interesting. It's definitely interesting.
More than Henderson, honestly.
Huh?
I like Quinshon Judkins better than Tavion Henderson.
Yeah, I've heard some other people say that too.
Judkins is more explosive, I think.
I like Omarion Hampton. I think he might be pretty good, but I got to watch a little more tape.
I think Judkins translates a lot better to the NFL than Henderson does.
Speaking of the NFC North, it's continuing to get, I want to say scary. It's more competitive. We already read it like 2 weeks ago. DK Metcalf the Packers structured a trade for DK Metcalf. Well, today, the Seattle Seahawks cut Tyler. What's his last name?
Lockett.
Tyler Lockett, thank you. And then officially have allowed DK Metcalf to pursue a trade for himself. as well as they look for one too. So DK Metcalf is going to be traded out of the Seattle Seahawks. There's already rumor that the Green Bay Packers wanted him. He wants to get traded and get paid, by the way, too. So I don't know if the Packers can afford to do that. I don't know what their cap situation is looking like, but DK Metcalf could be seeing him twice a year. And I gotta be honest with you boys, I'm confident in my team. I think we have a damn good team. That guy gets his problem every single time.
This is doom and gloom an hour.
It was Carlton Davis who made him fumble. Well, no, he picked up the fumble from Meat Missile. But DK Metcalf in the division would be annoying as fuck to deal with.
Oh, no! We
What,
suck
you think
again!
Packers?
Yeah, I do.
That was my first thought as well, honestly.
Yeah.
When Brady was, we were back there, Brady was like, DK Metcalf got released. I was like, fuck, I hope he doesn't go to the Packers.
Yeah. Ravens, you're out there, save us.
Yeah, Ravens.
That'd be
dude,
sick.
That would be sick.
That
Holy
would be
fuck.
sick.
Just run a double two-headed backfield with DK and Derrick Henry back there.
Deadly.
Wishbone offense with DK, Derrick Henry, and Lamar.
That'd be crazy.
Yeah, I hope he doesn't go to the Packers because he's not mid. We learned from that.
Yeah. No, he laughed at us.
He definitely laughed at us. Quite literally.
Do you think he saw it before? He saw it before.
He saw it before.
Goddamn.
Came back to it.
Yeah, he did.
Bookmarked that shit.
He did.
That's cool to say you were bookmarked by an
kinda
NFL
cool.
player.
Yeah. Not
Mid?
cool.
No.
DK Metcalf.
He fucking he torched Okuda.
He
dude.
dragged Jeff Okuda like a child.
Yeah.
That was.
Honestly, it's on us for thinking Jeff Okuda would be able to stop DK Metcalf.
You're right.
But to be fair, he did a really good job on Justin Jefferson the week before.
Who we just found out is a little bit skinnier than DK Metcalf. Because, yeah, I don't want DK Metcalf in this division. But that's the first team I thought about.
Steve
too.
Wild says Metcalf to the Lions.
No.
That would be fucking cool. But
I mean, that'd be cool.
yeah,
That'd be.
he's gonna go to the Eagles.
Oh, that'd be crazy.
Who can afford everybody?
Like, yeah,
He
I was
is-
gonna say if he's gonna go somewhere, it's gonna be the fucking Eagles. They'll
That'd be
sign him to a
crazy.
1-year, $2 million deal.
Like, what the
No one we operate in the middle field. DK
What's going on with
Metcalf.
Seattle though? Because Tyler Lockett got cut too, right?
Yeah. JSN.
Rebuild around
Pushing
Gino.
everybody out.
Bro.
Wow.
A keeper team with JSN is probably coming their shorts right now.
They're kind of hurting themselves too. Because fantasy wise, yeah, for sure. It's kind of crazy too, though, because like we said, it's not a strong free agency class for wide receivers, not a strong draft class for wide receivers. So why is this the year you're choosing
Where are
to do
they
this?
at?
Like 20.
Oh yeah, fuck. I was gonna say maybe they could go after T-Mac, but no, he's gonna be way
Yeah.
off the board by then.
Well, that's what I'm saying too. Like, that's something that the Bears could do too.
Ibuka.
The Bears could grab T-Mac.
I would much rather them grab Genty than T-Mac.
Yeah, I think so too.
I am more comfortable in this team stopping Genty than having to go against that.
The Seahawks are drafting 18.
Maybe they want Ibuka. Pair up those Ohio State boys. I
Yeah.
mean, they did pretty well. Didn't that
Aren't they the same receiver though?
that one playoff game that they played together? Or was that when JSN sat down? Olave, I think, and Garrett
Sat.
Wilson didn't. I don't know, but Ibuka had like 600 yards or something like that one game.
Yeah, NFC North is
Titans need a wide receiver.
getting competitive.
I think Titans are getting. T-Mac might fall. No way. He's gonna be a top 10 pick.
Why would he fall?
I don't see him. I think he's gonna be. I think he's comfortably a top 10 pick. That dude
I
is
think so
a
too.
freak, man.
He is a freak.
He should have been the Blitnikoff.
He's been retired for years.
Yeah, he should have. Who won it? Travis?
Travis Hunter. Yeah. This fucking guy, Chris.
Did he even have like?
He was really good.
Was his stats like? Better
Yeah.
than a lot of other guys.
Not better than T-Mac, I don't think.
You
Or
got the
that
hype?
dude from who was the wide receiver from like a D? It wasn't not a Power 5 school that went off this year.
I don't know.
He led the nation in receptions, yards, and touchdowns.
Are you thinking of that tight end from Ball
No,
State?
that's the dude from Bowling Green. That's
Bowling
Pete's
Green,
guy.
yeah.
That dude's a monster. He's gonna be a first-round pick, probably.
You guys think the Lions drafted tight end? Didn't they interview a few of them?
Oh, they did.
I wouldn't be surprised if they got a tight end.
Yeah, I can see him getting tight end.
Because you got to think, they cut James Mitchell, right? Mm-hmm. Zylstra has been dealing with injuries. He's a bubble guy anyways.
Maybe Laporta. I mean, I've been talking about it being Jamo. Maybe it's Laporta.
Somebody here said that.
Somebody's got to be an odd man out. Unless you're the Eagles. You can re-sign them all.
Yeah, unless you're the Eagles.
Just everybody gets a bag.
Jesus Christ, man.
You get a bag.
That's
You get a bag.
Yeah.
You got to calm down. That's
I'm
my
sorry.
wife,
Yeah,
sir.
I'm sorry.
I'm going to smack you in a
I'm
minute.
down bad, dude. It's crazy. I feel like it's because it's been like a week, so it's different.
You got the nod of disappointment.
That's that baby in a foul.
Let's go to break. We'll come back. Tell us about merch.
Let me tell you about merch. Head on over to woodwardsports.com. Click that shot tab today and get some brand new merch. They got hoodies, tees, hats, all that, all teams. Make sure you are going to Woodward Sports for the best Detroit sports merch in the game.
A ton of fun, a ton of sports, and a ton of man meat. Welcome to the Woodward Heavyweights, live daily 5 to 7 p.m. on Woodward Sports.
Stop searching for a vehicle and start finding one. Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac makes it easy. We harness the power of multiple dealerships and own the biggest selection of GM brands in the area to get you the car you need. With the Les Stanford Group, you'll have access to 4 different dealerships, providing you with more makes, more models, and more choices. We're connected to more than 1,000 vehicles, and with so many high-quality CPO vehicles available, you'll find new car quality at pre-owned prices. You can start and end your search at lesstanford.com today.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
It's the home of the judgment-free zone where we mean everybody can get a full body workout in 30 minutes. All memberships include fitness training. And get all that for just $15 a month, or upgrade to the black card and get use of amenities like hydro massage, total body enhancement, access to over 2,500 locations worldwide. Join in club or online at planetfitness.com. Planet Fitness, where your fitness is essential.
Thank you guys for joining us today, man. I know I crashed out a little bit on a few of you. I apologize. I was freaking out. I am freaking out internally.
It's all right, man.
On that one.
It's not the end of the world.
It's the end of... There's a fucking meteor coming. In 10 years, we got to win a goddamn Super Bowl. I'm just saying. Enough dicking around. The Eagles are signing every fucking Tom, Dick, and Harry to $17, $50 million deals.
You got to sign some Harry Tom Dicks.
We got to sign some Harry Tom Dicks. I mean, what we're doing. What's up?
We got to get one while we're still young, dude. We got to be able to...
Nick.
You've been really weird with the age stuff.
No, we got to be able to... No, I'm not. I said there was a 24-year-old free agent. We got to be able to respectfully...
We got to get our hands on one while they're young.
Groom them.
We got to be able to go on like a week-long bender without getting judged after they win a Super Bowl.
You're going to do that no matter what age you are.
A couple of things we didn't get to that we'll get to tomorrow. Some Ben Johnson reactions from Detroit Lions players. Pistons play tonight.
Pistons play tonight. 10:30. You don't want to watch the Pistons? Go to
Clippers.
Twitch.tv/BenMoRex.
Yes, sir. We'll conversate about the Crosby stuff like that too, because I think that really did kind of fuck us in a way. Because we talked about it. Do you think Aiden's gonna sign $40 million? I think we might have to wait a year now. He might have to wait a year. Because like Crosby just reset the market. Hutch should be that type of deal.
And do it now.
So like, what if we're not willing to?
If we're not willing to?
Yeah. Does he wait a year then does it or what?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm cool with that.
Yeah.
Got no issue with that.
Yeah.
They usually do it now though, so that fifth year doesn't hit. No, I'm saying they usually do it now, so that fifth year don't hit.
Yeah, that's what they do the first couple guys.
Mm-hmm. Now I don't know. Now he may be waiting, which I think I may have pizza bet. I think a pizza bet nicked the money. That'd be up there.
With Darnold?
No, I don't know what these pizza bets are.
800. They're out there. There's got
so many in the.
There's a pizza verse.
No, we had one with Darnold when Darnold doesn't re-sign with Vikings.
We need to train.
He'll re-sign with the Vikings. Yeah, we have that one for sure.
Okay, good.
I won't forget that one. Did you see what I sent yesterday?
Yeah, you were taking a victory lap. It's all optics.
They're working on it.
Very speculative this week.
Yeah, it's
not
optics.
speculative. That's a little report. They're trying to re-sign Darnold.
I mean,
because he doesn't. He's not worthy of $46 million. He knows he's not worthy of it.
He's gonna get a
No team was willing to pay him that.
I think teams are gonna pay him that.
No, he's not.
13-win Sam Darnold. You wouldn't pay him.
MVP
And here's the thing,
candidate.
too. I know where you're at with it because you're a Michigan fan. Oh, J.J. McCarthy, the
I'm
handoff merchant. He could easily take over that offense and bring it to the fucking Super Bowl. He's the fucking best.
You were taking victory
If
laps
you're an
on
actual
him,
NFL franchise, you have a quarterback that helped you win 14 games, you're not letting that walk out the door.
and you're not
You know how
saying
hard it is to
that
come
you are
across that?
letting him walk out without trying to work on the deal. That's
They're
called
gonna
that's
get the
the
deal.
optics of it.
And they're not going to let him leave for nothing. You press as many buttons as you want in there. You're going to owe me a pizza at the end of the day, buddy. And we're making it extra spicy. Oh, no, you like the spice. It was Lucas that didn't like the spice.
Yeah, Lucas would.
Super white.
He would. His face would.
Little pepper in our.
His face would get red from like Cajun crust Hungry Howie's.
Oh, yeah. Me, Nick, and Lucas split a hot honey pizza, and he was like, oh, I don't know, boy. This is a lot for me.
That shit was funny, dude.
I put a little pepper in our butter noodles one time. He was like, what'd you do to this? Put a little pepper in, bro. What you mean when I do it?
It's spicy.
Yeah. You know, I don't like mayo. It's a little too spicy
I
for
might
me.
be white, but I'm not
Quote
that
from
white.
Lucas.
Someone is hangry.
I mean,
How
the
bad
Go
would
Lucky
you
people can get it today. How about that?
How bad would
That's
you
where I'm
crash
at.
out if they didn't re-sign Carlton Davis?
I think I would try to hold myself.
If Brad Holmes came out and said we're comfortable with Terrion and Ennis Rakestraw.
Ooh.
Don't overreact.
You'd find me on the side of 696 shitting on top of my car.
With a sign that says the end is near.
I'll be wearing this exact fit but bottomless, just taking a shit on my car and screaming. "Ah!"
Why on your car?
Stop your car so I can shit on it. It's going to have to be on my car.
Why do you want to why is shitting
When
on
I
a
drive,
car?
it'll
Shit
fly
off the
off
bridge.
with the next guy. Hopefully, it's one of these guys. Everything's okay. We're going to win the Super Bowl. Jared Goff.
I thought you meant like shitting off the bridge, but you just want to shit on a car to relieve
What
your...
bridge is there to shit off? You
Dude,
go on
on
my
the-
way to the ambassador? I got shit to do. Shit's to take.
I'm just so confused.
And that's Adam's bit. I'm not the bridge guy. I'm the car guy. I'll shit on the car.
So you shit on that, relieve stress, pooping on a car?
Yeah, where else do you recommend?
I don't know. Smoking some weed?
I was high. I'm high today.
It's fair.
Didn't help.
Yeah, it did not
I
help.
killed my high.
Yeah.
No, I didn't kill my high.
I was going to say, you want to rip the pen? But you're still sick, aren't you?
No, I'm good.
You want to rip the pen?
I'm good. Pen high is different than weed high.
Gets me spacey. Kevin
Yeah.
Spacey.
It's just like 10 minutes and you're back. I don't know.
No Diddy.
Whoa.
Pistons parlay? You want to cook one up? You got 3 minutes.
Sure. I'll look at some. We all getting a leg?
Who's back? Is
I have
Tobias or
officially
Stu?
deleted the apps.
Again.
No,
For
well,
now.
the other one, yeah. Yes, I did.
No, the other 4. Yeah.
I deleted them all. I gotta say, since I deleted FanDuel, the Red Wings blow, and I'm not gonna get paid out.
I emptied my account.
No, Nick. Since you went to the fucking game, they blow.
Yeah.
Let's
I emptied my account.
say it.
Do not blame me for this team's.
I'm blaming you because you went to the Pistons the next night and they lost too.
What do you blame the last 2 years of the Red Wings choking during
I got
the?
Well,
$5
the last 2
deadline?
years they're coming into their own, developing a little bit, right? But you were the toxic boyfriend to ruin her.
Jesus.
That was you.
To ruin her.
She'll never trust again.
Sure.
It's only minus 4.5. Who do you think's favored?
Us.
Pistons.
Goddamn right, boys.
I like.
What a time.
Clippers
Also,
on a
no Norman
back-to-back.
Powell, by the way.
What?
Oh, most
No
improved
Norman-
player.
No Norman Powell for the Clippers.
I like Cade plus 126, 3 made threes.
3 of them things?
I like it.
You just go out on the limb with these. Parlays supposed to be safe, brother. And you always just throw something in there.
I like it.
They've been hit, but your luck's going to run out one day, Buster.
I like it. He's been shooting a lot.
You know what? Listen, we're rocking with it. Ours have been doing
All right,
well.
so what's yours, Chris?
Give me a second here. I'm putting in Cades.
Is Tobias back? Or Stu, I meant. I know Tobias
That's
is out
what I'm
tonight.
Tobias
Tobias is out.
I'll do a Sar
one
Thompson.
made 3 is plus
I
180.
can't because I'm
Does he
copying
get
from
one?
you. I'll say it's Asar Thompson, 2 steals. You know how good Asar Thompson is?
Stealing my whole vibe.
Yeah.
Him for
wants to
2
use
steals
so
is
bad.
minus
Yeah.
180. Not even a minus 150. Not a 110. Minus 188. That's crazy.
That is pretty crazy.
Steve-O, baby. Nick, are you the same guy that said the Tigers wouldn't make the playoffs last year? LOL. Yeah, and their 2% chance of making the playoffs? Is that what you're taking a victory lap on, Steve-O? That was a once-in-a-lifetime run. 0.
That's a
2% chance.
Jalen Duren, one
it's a
block or 2
crash out
blocks?
because that was a crazy.
Yeah.
It was an immaculate run.
Yeah, they'll make a movie about that maybe. 30 for 30 for sure.
Probably not.
Duren 2 blocks or am I tripping?
Duren.
During
That's
2
what I
blocks?
just said.
I don't hate that.
No Jones tonight too. I think Derek Jones is out for them.
2 blocks for Jalen Duren plus 162. Don't hate that.
Yeah. Okay.
I might do these straight.
DNC throws in Zubac 12+ rebounds. I don't love putting another guy on the other
DNC's been cold, so I'm taking the 2 blocks off now. Let's go.
What did he tell? Oh, he told you 2 blocks?
No,
I said 2
he started his
blocks.
comment.
Oh.
If I go minus 194, is that cop out? You have to go plus.
What are you talking about?
For the parlay. I was just doing SAR 6 boards.
Dude, do a SAR points.
Oh, yeah, you can do that. It's a parlay.
SAR 6 boards.
Damn, his points keep going up. Now it's 12.5. Ooh.
Jalen Duren 6+ boards is minus 5,000.
Yeah.
That's crazy. All right, let's go.
All right. Yeah, we're out of here.
Well,
We love
that'll
you
do
guys.
it for us today. Appreciate you tapping in.
Smash
Make
the
sure you
like button.
smash that like button for Eazy, for Nick, for Chris. I am Spenny. We're the Heavyweights. We'll catch you guys later. Peace.